there is water. On Mars, where it is rare, water is a source of conflict, struggle, and death. Since the turmoil, there have been unending wars, fought over the possession of clean water. We are the forgotten children of Earth, trapped in this red, barren wasteland. Here, hell is not a concept, it's our reality. And the reality is that every drop counts. Then there were the unfortunates, caught in the full power of the sun's radiation, forced to deform, mutate into unrecognizable monsters. The others, the ones who remained similar to our ancestors in likeness, hid under massive metal shells, governed by water corporations. But in the slums, people's lives aren't worth much more than the mutants. And I would know. That's where I spent the first 10 years of my life, under the boot of the Vori. Of course, in despair, there is hope. Some have begun to explore, travel even, from corporation to corporation, leaving their loyalties behind. We have organization, structure, and inevitably, politics. We have rulers, a people's assembly, and far removed from us, the Dowser, the inaccessible face of abundance. And finally, there's us, the elite protectors of the people, the spearhead of the army, my brothers and sisters who all share the same special gift. We are Technomancers.
Ahoy, Zachariah!
Scott, you came.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Sure, my memory isn't what it... but I remember to write things down on my calendar. Although I do sometimes forget where my calendar is. Anyhow, I knew your last cadet mission was today. Any nerves? If it's any consolation, you look more than fit enough.
No, I'm good. I'm ready.
Yes, healthy flush of the skin, no rapid eye movement. You don't look stressed out. Very well, I won't bother you anymore. Oh, but if I can bother you, just a moment. I recently acquired a batch of materials that can improve your gear. It's not much, but I thought you'd like it. Still can't believe you're going to be an officer soon.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Scott. Means a lot.
Ah. I fear we've dilly-dallied on pleasantries. Your master, Sean, waits for you in the courtyard. So stiff, that one. I fear his spine is concocted from steel. A spine prosthetic. How interesting. What if... Oh, and stop by the clinic and come shoot the chit-chat. No, that's not... Just don't be a stranger. If you feel ill or need a hand, come see me. I'm always glad to help. Good luck, my boy.
Thank you, Scott. Will do. I promise.
Fucking Mancers. Every time they come around, something new is broken. I fix it, they break it again. I fix it, they break it worse. I'm a modern fucking Sisyphus tasked with pissing in the ocean.
Oh, shit.
Zachariah, today, as you know, marks your final mission as a cadet. I trust you are prepared.
Of course, Master. Ready, willing, and able.
And a little nervous. Normal and expected. That's why I have gathered together your usual instructors to allow you to warm up and prepare. It's for you to ace the tests for each fighting technique. Prepare yourself. And once you are ready, join me at the station. From there, a train will take us to the mission site.
Thank you, Master.
Soldier, please let me in. It's imperative I speak to someone in charge.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but no civilians are allowed in the barracks. If you have a question, you're gonna need to send it.
Just, please. I'm Corporal Tyron's wife. He should have been back home yesterday, but someone must know where he is. What's happened to him? Please!
Ma'am, I have no idea. If you got a letter, I can pass it along. Other than that, though, you gotta go. Hey! Heard from Captain Sean you're heading out to the...
Yep, already ready.
Halt! Stop right there. We're conducting a search.
Would you look at this piece of shit? Well, what do we have here? Road trash seems lost, don't it? You forget we don't want your kind around here, Track. Move your sorry ass out of here before you find yourself bleeding from both ends. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to speak! Did I? You useless piece of shit! Why would I want to hear what you have to say? Waste of space! Please! Shut your mouth and just fucking die! Your corpse will feed the rats. At least then you'd have a purpose.
Such a waste of life. A waste of space. Am I right? A rogue is a Zack, right? You can dress him up, but...
Zachariah, we're leaving. Certain people are graduating to the rank of officer today. It does you well to serve only contempt to one worthy of nothing more. That is good. And with that, we should be off. Look, Zack, we are heading for the dome. It was built by the first settlers, a relic itself.
And what's there for us?
According to reports, looters, who, in our interest, it would be best to keep out of the dome. Zachariah, do you remember your first lesson?
On the scarcity of life?
Indeed, the very one. Kill a fellow unfortunate and, in this hell, only the more alone we will become. Disable the looters, but spare their lives. We encroach our destination. Take note that enemy forces lie in wait. There, the rocky outcrop. Scale it and report back your findings.
There are looters gathered at the dome's entrance. A lot of them. But they're not equipped to be more than a nuisance.
Take care nonetheless, Zachariah. That guard there, separated from his group. Sneak on him and the battle will be easily won. Sometimes I wonder if initiating you is the right thing to do.
What do you mean? Am I not ready?
No, you're ready, Zachariah. With that, there is no doubt. I worry about you and care for your happiness. Once you become a Technomancer, there's no going back. You lose your freedom. From the moment our abilities are brought into the light, to the moment the light is snuffed from our eyes, the Technomancers are nothing but pawns on a chessboard. We have no free will. Abundance forces its will on us. I think about the future. How hard it will become as the ASC rises in power. Perhaps I'm just being paranoid. Forgive your master's little spell. You must focus on more important things. This door. It is the same as that in our chapel. Accessible only to the combined energies of 2 Technomancers. Here lies the entrance. And beyond, the main room. Where we must go.
For being so old, it's in great condition. What exactly, Master, is inside the dome?
Knowledge, Zach. The very essence of knowledge, even. Creatures do not belong here. Their very presence is a danger to the relics. We must seek out their origin. I remember well the first time I came here. I was fascinated. I really thought I was part of an elite. I've become disillusioned since then. If all this knowledge indeed gives us some sort of power, we're still faced with so many obstacles that we can't do anything with it. It's more of a danger for us than a tool. This is the main room. The console over there. Activate it, and heed its words.
Will do.
Witness registration, March 17th, 2076. Subject 12. The subject appears acclimatized, pulse elevated but steady, unaffected by any visible health concerns. James, how do you feel?
Great! So alive! My heart's racing and I feel like I can take on the world. And I'm being honest here, it's a bit overwhelming.
Subject self-report is consistent and substantiated with our measurements of him and other subjects, all of whom produce EEGs indicating activity levels acutely higher than any ever associated with a human not subjected to the mutation. The only adverse side effect, it appears, is the near tenfold increase in corporeal and cerebral electricity. Dangerous levels that will necessitate the urgent invention of a device capable of evacuating such surplus in order to avoid subject injury.
This man talking about technomancy, about mutations, as if... I can't believe.
And yet it still might be so. This recording dates to the first settlers. Speaks of the first Technomancers. Shocking, perhaps? Where did you think our abilities came from? A divine power?
I don't... But we have no physical signs of mutation, and I don't know any mutant that has our gifts.
And why should any of those things matter? Might not our mutation simply be of a different form? This brings us to the most important point. What you have seen unifies us, unifies the Technomancers. This secret must be kept from all other humans. If this information was discovered by, say, the ASC, we would become nothing but slaves. Our situation is already incredibly undesirable. We are not only isolated, but used as human bombs. Take a walk by the mutant pen in the slums one day. That is what our lives could have been. Don't be dismayed. I have been through this as well, so have all the other Technomancer officers in abundance. Knowledge of this revelation makes you one of us now, more so than your skills. But now is time to deal with the creatures infesting the dome. It would be a real shame if the installations here are damaged, for we will no longer be able to hold initiation trials here.
Yes, of course, Master. I haven't found an opening yet, so... they must have breached lower in the dome.
Then that's where we must go. I will divert the attention of these creatures. At the base of the dome, you will find their entry point. To have swarmed here, they must have dug a passage.
I'm on it.
You, who bore witness to the secret with your own eyes, who knows in your heart of hearts that the revelation that he bears is true, and who has understood that this knowledge could cast us into endless pits of despair. As you drink the sap of the world, the water that feeds our lives, abandon the one you thought you were, and instead become our brother, Zachariah Mancer. Together we have shared the water and secret. Can you swear to forever protect the knowledge of the earth and to dedicate your life to finding it again? To defend and protect our secret, even with the sacrifice of your life, if need be?
I swear.
Then welcome, my brother.
I know you must be troubled by what you've learned, and I assure you that it's no less troubling to me. But be proud of what you are, and know, no matter what, we are by your side. And that this initiation, as horrid as it may be, makes you forever our brother.
You showed the courage of lions beneath the dome, and for it, you have been made an officer. So I imagine, now that you no longer need my guidance, it will send me elsewhere, with the great and endless pride of having been your teacher over these few years.
The honor was mine, Master.
No, not Master. It's just Sean now.
Go. Take your assignment as an officer. Count the blessings you've amounted, those that allowed you to avoid the front thus far. Captain Eliza is waiting in the barracks. She's harsh, but fair. But before you find her, we all know the regulations. Technomancers get no leave from the front in times of war. So being here, I can't even sneeze without a report being written up. But you have a free pass. I need you to go to the exchange district for me. There's an itinerant merchant there who was supposed to arrive yesterday. Just meet with him. The merchants have no ties to abundance and travel among us like shadows. They hear things, whispered things, and pay people to forget they are there. I'm looking for information on any archaeological discoveries that could expose the Earthlings. Information that would help protect our secret. Ask him if they've heard of any such finds.
Yes, Great Master, as you wish.
Good, Zachariah. But take care that not a single soul knows what you're after. Not a single soul can hear your exchange with the merchants.
Great Master said the caravan would be right here, but the stand looks like it's been deserted. I'll question the neighboring merchants.
Mr. Mancer, it's a pleasure to make you.
I was expecting a caravan in the stall next door, to buy a few things.
They arrived yesterday, but truth be told, I think they found some trouble. I wasn't there when it happened, but from what I heard, some people were looking to talk. Then talking turned to shouting, and after that, they were seen down in the slums. I hear, and then they were dragged into some warehouse. Whatever they did, they're in big trouble now. If you're looking to help them, you better find them fast.
See the Technomancer? Shh, they're unstable. Anything can set them off. Let's talk about something else. Okay. We never see him around these parts.
Hello?
Hello. Looking...
Can you help me? I'm looking for any information on the caravan that sets up in the stall over there.
I don't know. My memory sometimes needs incentive to remember.
Don't act like you have nothing to gain. Merchants are disappearing around here like smoke, and it's no longer safe for you. You tell me what you know, and I'll intervene with my men. Despite the risk of trouble, it'll maybe make your life a little safer.
Fine, but hurry the hell up, because I don't want to share the same fate as the very caravan you're looking for. You've heard the tale of the Vori, of the underworld. So these overpriced foreign merchants did something to piss them off. Didn't pay their rite of passage or protection serum or something. Whatever the hell it was. They were kidnapped, that's all I know. Where they are, or even if they're still alive, I haven't the damnedest clue. For that, you'll have to ask the Vori. Now do Joe a favor. Take this herb and get the hell out before you raise suspicions.
Sorry, pal. Nobody enters this office if they got no pass.
That right, pal? I'm an officer and a Technomancer, and I'm here to see Anton Rogue. Think you should let me in.
You even know who Anton Rogue is? He's the big fucking balls here. The boss. I don't care if you're a damn general. Get the hell out of here.
I'm clearly just gonna have to show myself in.
Come on, guys, get him!
Look what the cat dragged in. The prodigal son. The diamond in the rough, risen from poor street trash to the godlike ranks of Technomancer. Now tell me, why am I so lucky to be in your presence?
I'm looking for a caravan of merchants. They were supposed to be in the exchange. Word is they were escorted to the slums, and you may know something about it.
Yeah, rude little men. My town, my streets. Uninvited competition who lack even the common decency to offer a little token of grace in exchange for their presence. If you're ready to settle their debts, I'd be happy to usher them back home.
These merchants were involved in some outside business that requires interrogation as soon as possible. You can either help me find them, or we can always turn our attention towards your business affairs. Your call, Anton.
So either I turn a blind eye, or you do. Fair enough. Very well. Let's be magnanimous and hope that you will be too. You will find your suspects in one of our warehouses. Go see the guards and tell them, he who profits will deserve honor. They will give you the keys. Business is business, and now that ours is done, I will trust in your discretion.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Anton Rogue sent me. I need the keys to the building.
Oh yeah? And I'm the Towser. What, I'm just supposed to believe you? Well, you got the password, so here's the key.
Thanks.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Who are you? You don't look like a guard to me.
Because I'm not. Name's Zachariah Mancer, lieutenant in Ophir. If you're the merchant who got himself kidnapped from the exchange, I'm here to get you out.
I am indeed. Fiorello, master of the caravan. The shadow still protects me. But I doubt you came to help us out of the generosity of spirit. Am I correct in that presumption?
Ian Mancer, great master of the Technomancers, sent me to talk to you.
Ah, I see. Yes. One of my favorite clients. And a man with whom I, indeed, have some information to share. Aurora has discovered a new site, not far from the Shadow Path. A site filled with objects of incredible condition, and even a relic, as rumor has it.
News I'm sure the Great Master will be glad to hear. You should go now. Get back on the exchange as quick as you can.
I'm not one to dally, Mancer. I'll see you around, I'm sure.
Our army's not doing so hot. Don't know if our generals are old or our soldiers soft. But we've been on the losing side a lot lately. Stop your gossip. Our army's the finest on Mars. So they've run into a little bad luck here and there. That was bound to happen. Besides, our enemies have no shame and never fight fair. You get to say that because you're from the Ward family. No, it's because I've heard that Aurora even sends their children into battle. Does that sound fair to you?
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
I finally managed to meet the merchants you told me about. It wasn't easy. The mob kidnapped them for serum. I freed them before talking to them.
I'm sure gratitude helped to loosen their lips. So what knowledge was gleaned from such lengths?
Word that Aurora is running large-scale excavations along the shadow paths near our territory, and in the process uncovering important objects, maybe even a relic.
Fascinating. Finds that are no doubt better off in our hands than those of Aurora's Technomancers. Keep those merchants close, Zachariah. Information like that is such a priceless commodity. You are no more free to roam than the rest of us. Of that I have no doubt. But if you find yourself with access to a rover and perhaps find a way to that excavation site and locate the relic, well, you cannot know the value it might hold if brought back to us. It may seem petty. It's a mission for some rusty relic that may or may not even exist. However, if you are able to slip away from Ophir,
Lieutenant Zachariah Mancer. What a pleasure.
Hello, sir. I don't think I've had the honor of meeting you before.
Ah, of course. I'm Colonel Victor Watcher of the ASC.
Colonel.
At ease, Lieutenant, at ease. Simply came to congratulate you and learn that you become a Technomancer of the highest degree. For a young man from the Rogue family, it is a terrific achievement.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Your road must have been difficult, but you persevered. An outsider who managed to work his way into the ranks of the elite Technomancers. A marvelous story, especially given their secrecy. They've always fascinated me. Do you have any insight as to why they chose to be so insular?
I'm sorry, Colonel, but I don't know what you mean.
What a shame. By coming to you out of friendship and camaraderie, I was hoping that you wouldn't treat me like an outsider, too. All right, then. Back to your duties. But think about what I asked, and we'll see each other again.
Hello, Fiorello.
Ah, our savior is here. It's, wonderful to see you again.
You seem a bit preoccupied. Things not going well?
No, it has. Everything has gone very well because of your efforts. Let's just say that my leave of absence didn't help my business. Don't think I'm not grateful, friend. I appreciate the thought. What can I do for you?
Maybe I can help. What's going on?
You are too kind. I am so deeply indebted to you. Anyway, yes, I am a little worried. More than a little, to be truthful. 2 of my regular clients, after the kidnapping, must have assumed the worst and just left. Haven't heard from them. No one but you, I admit, cared enough to come to look for me. That said, their merchandise is here, but I have no way of telling them I am back without the risk of exposing myself. I don't mean to treat you like my errand boy. I only ask because you offered your help. Anyway, if you could let them know, I could compensate you as well. One of them, I'm sure you know, the barracks quartermaster. The other one is a slums merchant.
You know where the merchant's at?
Of course. If you have a map, I could show you. Bless you, Mancer. 1,000 times over, bless you for all you've done for me.
Girl, she doesn't exactly look like a merchant.
It is a good question. I found her tied up in the warehouse that we were dumped in. The poor thing cannot even remember her own name. Figure she must have family or friends around here, though, so I keep her with me, hoping someone might recognize her. Just banking on luck, though. Maybe as an officer, you might be able to check and see if someone has reported her missing. I'm sure her family would be grateful, as I would.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Officer Mancer. You are a man of endless generosity.
Can I ask what corporation you're from?
You can ask, but you may be disappointed by the answer. None. My parents were traveling merchants like me. The road is my home. Always has been. Not to take anything away from your corporation. Its technical miracles, beautiful city, and all the rest. But I don't think I could ever settle down. There is freedom in having no ties.
So how does it all work? You merchants trade with each other too, or...?
Our lives would be impossible otherwise. The travel required to collect the vast array of goods we purvey would be impractical, to say the least. For instance, a fellow merchant is traveling to your hydroponic farms as we speak, and is gathering goods that he will swap with me to bring back to Alliance's territory. And there are other merchants who trade goods with me from territories even further away, and on and on and on. We would be at a loss without each other, so we stick together. A big family, in a way.
Can't imagine everything you've seen. How far have you gone?
We can't really leave the shadow paths, but those ways connect nearly all the big cities on the planet. That said, my travels usually take me to Junction Complex, Alliance's main city. A place that would surprise you, I should think. Filled with mechanization that the corporation has rather strangely invested so heavily in. I've also been to Shadowland. Its center is far more baroque, and its slums boggle the mind with how far they stretch. But Abundance's explorers, I know, have gone much further than I. To the ends of the planet, I hear. Maybe one day you might join them on an expedition. Experience the world yourself, rather than just hearing of it secondhand.
Rumor is you merchants have a secret city hidden somewhere.
Ah, yes. The cave we open with the utterance of a magic word to protect our troves of treasures. A tale, Mr. Mancer, nothing more. We are merchants. What goods we have, we sell. To buy more goods, which we sell, and so forth and so on. There is no secret in our ways, or treasures hidden in faraway caves.
Looky you! Glad to see you. Can't tell you how much your help was. It is appreciated. Well, things might have worked themselves out in time, but who has time these days? And you sure saved me the hassle. You're a Technomancer?
I am. Zachariah Mancer.
I'm lucky, in name and in life. You Mancers all stick together. Know each other real well, don't you?
Know each other, maybe, but we're scattered between here and the front.
Right! The front. Of course, the front. So, I take it you know where I can find I believe his name is Master Connor?
He's still in town, away from the front, training recruits.
Lucky again. Just what I wanted to hear. Think you might be up to do me a favor?
Either way, I'm here. Tell me what you need.
Simple. To meet Master Connor and relay some information. With your help, of course. Without your help, well, being just a simple merchant, unwelcome outside the exchange, I suppose it'd be a bit harder. If not, you know, impossible. You know as well as I do, a common merchant can't just stroll up to the likes of a master. So, you get me in front of him, and I'll owe you one. How about that?
I'll see what I can do.
And I'll be much obliged.
Damn it. Master Connor isn't in the chapel. If the Great Master will know where he is.
Zachariah, a pleasure.
I'm looking for Master Connor. Any idea where I can find him?
He headed down to the underworks. Needed to get some supplies from our warehouses. If you're going there, take the elevator near the barracks. Opens up close to the warehouses and will save you some time. It's a real maze down there.
Thanks for the tip.
You must go see her captain right away. She's waiting for you at the barracks. I will be happy to talk about your progress later, but I don't want you to get a penalty early on in your integration.
Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Zach. Be careful.
Connor, hello.
My dear, dear Zachariah, a pleasure as always to see you, and my gratitude for your help. Now, please, stop calling me Master. You're one of us now. What brings you here?
I met a merchant fresh off the exchange who'd like to meet you.
Strange. Some delivery I'm not expecting, or something else?
He only said he had information to give. Didn't say what, but I thought maybe there was a chance he learned something about some relics during his travels.
Relics are more the Great Master's field of expertise than mine. I like to stick to molding our young recruits, but come, let us see what this is all about.
Word on the street is that the ASC is hiring.
Yeah, I have. But they'll have a hard time finding people.
Is it really you, Andrew? Can it really be?
I hate to disappoint, Master Connor, but I don't die easy. And I have a little too much pride to just let myself be tossed out with the trash. You got some explaining to do.
We did not toss you out with the trash. We just did not know how to help you. Your talents were uncontrollable. So we sent you away, hoping you would forget and move on.
Hoping I'd forget? When? As 10 years of my life wasted away at the hands of a merchant? I want my goddamn life back, asshole.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how I could make it up to you. I
don't know. But you can be damn sure I'll think of something. Get out.
Andrew, I cannot tell you how remarkable to see you. Simply remarkable. Pardon me, Zachariah. You cannot know how unexpected this was. Thank you. I must now return to the source.
Lieutenant Zachariah Mancer, I think congratulations are in order. Captain Eliza Major, welcome to my unit.
The honor is mine, Captain.
For now, we're stationed in town and focusing on missions intended to maintain order and safety among the civilians. Here are the two other fine soldiers making up your unit for the time being, David Ward and Jeffrey Hunter.
My pleasure, Lieutenant! Congratulations, and...
Leave the ass-kissing for later, soldier. Lieutenant?
Yes, sir, Captain.
Excellent. Moving on to more pressing matters, our mission just came in, and it's aimed at smothering regime opposition. According to the intel the ASC gave us, those terrorists live in the slums, and are plotting several attacks to undermine our corporation. Your mission is to infiltrate the terrorists, stop the attacks, and find your way to their leader, Bulgakov. Orders are to capture Bulgakov alive. We're going to drain him for intel about other terrorist cells and dismantle the entire network. So beat him only as much as you need to take him.
You got it, Captain.
Move quickly. The longer you take, the more risk there is to the citizens of Ophir, and I won't have that. Before you go, though, there's one more mission, one requiring speed and discretion. We have deserters in our ranks, Lieutenant. Deserters planning to flee like rats through the city's underground. That won't happen. Do you understand me? You find them, and you eliminate them, each and every one. That seems harsh to you. Setbacks against Aurora have ruined our reputation, to the point that every action we take is scrutinized and extorted by those seeking to gain from our fall. A mass desertion would spell scandal if it became public. You catch them before any word of their escape comes out. So move, now! You only have a few hours.
Lieutenant Zachariah Mancer? Your reputation precedes you. A promotion well-deserved, I hear. I'm Quartermaster Ryan Stewart, in charge of logistics in this barracks. Equipment problems or improvement, or you need to collect your pay, I'm your man.
Pleasure, Quartermaster. Hey, Ryan, Merchant just delivered this for you. Said he's got more merch you may be interested in, too.
Oh, good. Bastard finally showed up. Damn foreigners. Good thing they're better at making deals than they are at minding their clocks or calendars.
Chasing after deserters sounds great, but where do we start?
The slums. They must have gone home to ask for help, so we should pay their families a visit. I'm sure our escapees will be around.
I find it disgusting, chasing my own companions.
They're hoping to get to. I mean, sure these underworks are vast, but still. You think they want to join enemy lines?
They're trying to get away from the war, the fights, and after what they saw, we can't really hold that against them. Why was I assigned to this unit? I know what the captain said, but I hope you're not planning to kill him. I know Boris, he's a great guy. He must just be at the end of his tether. He's fought a lot for abundance. It can't go down this way.
So you got me, Mancer. Good for you. How much blood did you spill along the way? You're nothing more than a lackey for abundance. At some point, we've all felt the way you do about abundance. But they just take and take until we're all used up. We are tired and want out. But they send you, another loyal dog, to drag us back. I fought my whole life for them. Today, for once, I'm gonna fight for myself.
All right then, let's do this.
Stop! Let me go. I am not your enemy. All I want is to live in peace. Please, I'm begging you.
Get the hell out. Don't ever show your face here again, and you can keep your life.
Hugh, I owe you my life, Mancer. I will never forget that. For as long as I live. Goodbye.
Zach, good to see you. How does army life suit you?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you? When's your next deployment?
I do not know, but what I do know is this. They're going to be sending me to the front lines alongside all the others. That I'm certain. I want to make sure that none of us become close. No matter. You're not here to listen to my belly aches.
The name Andrew, does it mean anything to you? It seems so familiar, but I've been racking my brain, and I just can't place it.
How could it not? It resurrects memories of a young apprentice. Came about around the same time you arrived. I was too young to care for the students back then, but I remember him well. Strong, hard to control. A dangerous combination. I'm not one to, how shall I say, speak ill of my predecessors, but their underestimation of that young man came with decidedly tragic consequences. The young man overloaded, and as he did, took out part of the school, along with many of his fellow students, faculty, and from what was said, himself, sadly.
Tragic indeed. Thank you for your insight, Master.
Always a pleasure to help you, Zachariah. Though I'm surprised you could forget, being, after all, one of those he injured that day.
My mission is to chase deserters and put an end to their life so that the scandal doesn't affect the army.
A difficult mission, especially from a moral standpoint. Are you okay?
Yes, it's raised some questions. It goes against what you've always taught me. The value of human life. That means nothing against the army's reputation.
Well, it must have been a hard choice to make. We are at war, and alas, this simple fact justifies extremes. Whereas in the end, it is only politics. I am sorry, Zach. I hope that your next missions will be less difficult. I don't want you to become as jaded as I am.
What can you tell me about Alan?
You shouldn't care about that little prick, Zachariah. That moron is only worthy of attention because he is the physical amalgamation of all the flaws Technomancers have. He would be a wonderful case study for the Seekers, but other than that, he doesn't deserve my attention, and especially not yours.
Do you know my captain?
I've had the opportunity to run into her a couple of times. She is a respectable woman, I think. She's known to be fair with men. Of course, the fact that she is not a Technomancer means that she'll never understand the stress and priorities we must face. Only our own can really understand what we're living. But you'll have to deal with it. You could have come at a worse time. To a certain extent, I think that she won't hesitate to defend you against those who won't miss an opportunity to get in your way. If you don't disappoint her, of course. Be straightforward with her, and tell her what you want her to know. I think that with that woman, that is the best way to do it.
What do you know about Colonel Victor?
Do you know how dangerous this question could be? That man oversees the ASC. He has ears everywhere, and he has terrorized the population since he took it over. I'm convinced that he is aware that we are hiding something from him, and he hates it. Everything he doesn't know, he believes, deserves his interest, and he's right in that regard. He will try everything in his power to find out our secret. He will not hesitate to use every plot and scheme in his book. If we were to have only one enemy, it would be that man.
You're very bitter when it comes to our corporation.
Why shouldn't I be? People here are naive, content, and perfectly happy. Maybe I am a little more outspoken than others. What can I say? You were lucky that you can leave your place of birth. How many have had such luck? And now that you are a Mancer, you will have the joy of discovering the breeding we have to give in to. A few years from now, we will find a Technomancer spouse whom you will be expected to have little Technomancers with. And then it will be their turn to be united against their own will, and so on. You wonder why Technomancers are degenerates? We are all inbreds. Not mentioning the fact that we are also used as war weapons. The fact that we have no hope of getting out of the golden prison in which we have been locked up. Anyway, don't let me break your spirit. You are different. Maybe you will manage to escape all of this. If so, I'm with you wholeheartedly.
What else can you tell me about the dome that we visited?
Alas, we lost with it alongside all the knowledge that we had accumulated there. We could send men to scour the place, I suppose, but with all that sensitive information, it may not be the smartest idea.
What do you know of our chapel?
It is built on an ancient colonial ruin. The ones who erected it made sure that we could only get in through 2 Technomancer doors.
Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Zach. Be careful.
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
What can you share with me about the source?
The center of all abundance's power in Ophir, each building a symbol of its proper function, with the source set directly upon an ancient colonist dome that provided the vast bulk of our collection. Fascinating, is it not? Even if vestiges are all that remains of the old dome. To think that there was once a man, exactly where we settled, who had seen Earth with his own eyes, perhaps touched it with his own hands.
Can you tell me anything about a soldier in my unit named David Ward?
I've been privy to some scarce talk of the boy. Tales of a once good soldier grown bitter and cynical, and none too pleased to be answering to a Technomancer. More nuisance than cause for concern. But just be aware, Zachariah, for one who turns a blind eye might just lose the other in the process.
Tell me about Jeffrey Hunter, another soldier in my unit.
Little of note, a spry young farm boy, little more than a simpleton fresh from greenhouse, if word serves correct. So as always, at least from my perspective, caution is in order when it concerns anyone like this lad, anyone who is not a brother or sister.
How are you, Zachariah?
I'm fine. And you?
Good. How may I be of service?
What do you know about Great Master Ian?
A truly great man, instilled with a vision and goal that most likely saved us. Before his arrival, things were simpler in Ophir. The ASC was out here, but by and large, they were little more than a corporate espionage network, disinterested in either the army or us. Of course, we always answered to a chain of command, but it was nothing like what we've experienced since Victor has taken the lead. From the beginning, there was cause for alarm. However, the former Great Master, Brandon, was far too old to have energy enough to lead the charge against our enemies. Ian, though, is inspired. He's inspired us to stand up for our right to freedom, to expand our understanding beyond the simple message we all saw in the dome. Such wisdom and strength are rarely found in one person.
Do you know Sean?
Not as well as you, I am sure. However, from what I can recall as his teacher long ago, he was an idealist, hungry for change, for a world where technomancers wouldn't have to hide their secrets, where they might live normal lives with families and children. But unfortunately, that dream, which might have provoked him to become a catalyst for change, merely left him bitter from the loneliness inherent in our condition. He is lucky to have found such a friend and student in you, and because of that, his leaving for the front will be terribly painful for him.
What are your thoughts on the ASC?
Were I a younger man, I might play it safe. Say I know nothing of them, that they protect us. But age exhausts the desire to continue down such a path. The ASC is a disease that is destroying abundance for the vanity of a single man, Colonel Victor. They're not just our enemies as technomancers. They are also our enemies as citizens of abundance and inhabitants of Ophir. They strangle the freedom of the people under the weight of their own paranoia. To them, everyone is guilty of something. Their sustenance is hatred and fear. And, I fear, a clash with them will one day test our survival.
What do you know about the Technomancers?
For such a specific question, it raises broad answers. I cannot speak of those from Aurora, for instance. I know they have little power there. That they are seen more as guardians than soldiers. But do they know from where their abilities stem? Here, only the initiated know. As you are aware, we keep the youngest of our kind in the dark, fearing the knowledge might be too much for them to bear. That secret, though, once shared, forms a bond like none other, melding us into brothers and sisters, bonding us in spite of Abundance's efforts to keep us apart. It forges solidarity, a concept very dear to me. It defines us, I believe, even more than our powers.
Mr. Mancer.
Never noticed all the...
No. Not a clue where they're coming from. All I know is they keep pouring in, broken, disabled, putting it out there for pity. Clients coming around don't like that. Me and my colleagues would pay a hefty sum to anyone who could get them out of here and move them to the slums or somewhere. You could be that someone? Yeah?
I can try.
You can feel the effects of the war, even at the market. Vegetables are hard to come by, and I have to wait in line for hours just to get it. If only our soldiers had fought a little better.
As if it were only war. You can bet that not a single dish is missing at the senior officials' table, or at the Princess of Vori.
Keep blabbering and you'll end up in a re-education camp. Tread lightly, my friend.
You're right, as usual. But it ticks me off that people blame the army for every misfortune. Part of my family is ward, and believe me when I say that they're struggling just as much as us.
Hey, mister.
No, I don't. And you folks gotta clear out. Let's go.
We gotta... You gonna protect us if we do?
No, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, you think? We leave, the smuggler will kill us.
The smuggler?
I ain't never had no serum to travel, but it ain't stopped me from wanting to. And when I heard about this smuggler fella who might help, might even help make me a merchant, you know, the traveling kind, I thought my dreams were in reach. Ended up a nightmare. Made me sign these papers, see? And after I'd done it, threatened to say I was one of them rebels or worse. Said they'd execute me, and if I didn't do what he said, didn't steal for him in the exchange, but I wasn't no good at it, see? And he wasn't too happy with me for it. So he cut my arm off. Told me to beg on the streets and bring him back whatever I made. To stay put if I wanted to keep my life. If that's what you call this.
The hell's this world coming to?
Serum, sir? Got a drop for a poor war cripple?
No, I don't.
Where you want me to...
Listen, I'm sorry. I am. I get it. Life's kicked you in the balls, and you're just trying to survive. And if you were the only one begging these streets, it'd be different. But you're not. It's you and countless others making it really hard for the merchants to conduct their business. Merchants who, if I don't get you out, are more than willing to ask much less kindly. So I'm just asking you to move it somewhere else.
Life might have kicked me in the balls, but it was the smuggler who took my arm. Promised to kill me if I leave these streets.
The smuggler.
I met him, and he promised me the world. Promised me a life far from here without all the troubles that have made up my life from the start.
I've heard the stories. Guy made you believe he could get you into another corporation and a better life, right? Then threatened to hand you over to the ASC with proof of your treason if you didn't steal for him, but you were a bad thief. So he took your arm and made you beg instead, yeah?
Kinda. Sorta. But I was great at stealing. Just bad at keeping quiet, keeping my opinions to myself.
How about you help me find this guy?
Sure. Yeah, sure. He hangs around the station. Go in looking like that, though, and he's gonna be gone before you're anywhere near him. But you go in looking like a fella needing a break, looking for a way out of here. Make him think you're weak, desperate. And damn if he won't open his arms to you.
I hear you. Thanks for the tip. Hey, I was told you could help me.
That so? Perhaps.
I heard you were the discreet type. Could maybe help me and my friends get out of Ophir. Leave abundance. Is that true?
What's your deal? Political problems? Avoiding the front? Never mind, keep your silence. Better for all. Yeah, I have some contacts that might be able to help you out. But I don't do favors. It's gonna cost you. And to be straight, to get 3 people out is gonna cost some bribes to guards and officials. Not gonna be cheap. But if you got the serum, we can get you on your way.
Brought you everything I could scrape together. Here.
Good to hear. Good. Good. I'll take care of the rest. You got a map? Look here. Meet me in the underworks. It's hidden, and it'll make it easier to sneak out.
Hey there.
Officer, hello! What can I do for the fine officer today? Check out my merchandise. I have everything you'd ever need for hunting.
There. Just came by to let you know Fiorello's back in the exchange, and he's got your merchandise.
Now, that is some very good news. Thank you. I'll send my assistant right away.
Oh, this place isn't like it used to be. The curiosity zone gets more violent by the day.
Hey there.
Hey there back. What can I do you for?
I found this girl in a pretty bad state. Doesn't even remember her own name. Figured since you know everyone in the area, might see what you knew about her first.
Let's see here. Sure, yeah, I know the broad, or at least her face. Though I gotta say, she's a fuck sight prettier in person. She's one of those Black Dahlia girls. Gang of bitches always hanging around the area, starting shit with the Vori. Probably got her fucked up in the end. Play with fire enough, gonna get your ass burned eventually, you know? You got a map? You can usually find them hanging around here. Got a leader, too. But who she is or where she is, I ain't got the damnedest.
Fair enough. Thanks for the help.
Officer, please, please help!
What's wrong?
My fiancé just disappeared. He's not like him. I know something's happened to him.
Talk to me.
Yeah, his name's Derek Laver. He's just a worker like me, but he's also this amazing fighter. He was trying to get us out of this life by winning in the arena. And he was. But then, you know, these people, bad people, became really interested in him, and after his last fight, a lot of serum flies around in fights like this. And he usually wins, which makes people lose serum, and then, I don't know. Please find him.
I'll see what I can do.
A little bird told me the opposition was spreading.
By opposition, you mean terrorists?
Seem quite sympathetic to their cause.
What? No.
I can't take this anymore. I don't even have enough to feed my kids. My job feeds a damn Vori more than my own family.
Keep your mouth shut. You wouldn't be the first to moan and end up sleeping under the sun the next day.
I know, but how am I gonna survive?
Sell your diner and work for someone else. If you want to play it safe, live another day.
Hey, I know you don't mind helping out the police when you can, so I just want to know if you've seen anything lately. Groups gathering, people acting suspicious.
We're in the slums, officer. This is Anton Rogue's world. More people than not around here are acting suspicious.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about anyone who may be looking to hurt abundance. Folks not fans of the regime. Rumors are going around some rebels are planning an attack.
Fucking assholes. Hell, they can't just leave well enough alone? Nah, I mean, I heard something about fellows talking angry, talking about meeting up, but other than that, nothing specific.
All right, thanks.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
Word is the slums have formed pockets of regime opposition, and you might know where they can be found.
People who oppose the regime? I'm shocked. Shocked and appalled, and certain of nothing.
Then don't be a snitch. Just stand back and watch as their bombs go off and your precious streets are overrun with guards. Sure you're smart enough to know that that can't be good for business, though?
You're one smooth talker, Rogue. Clearly smarter than you look. Find the bar, the curiosities, and you'll find what you're looking for. The garden where the seeds of anarchy are sown. Or so I hear.
Thank you. I'll go check it out right away.
As would I. Just find them before they blow the city sky high, will you?
Rebels are close. I need to get closer to hear what they're saying. Just gotta keep this straight and stay hidden.
Where's the next action going down? You heard anything?
Operation Cut's going off in a few hours. Bulgakov's taking care of it. Taking a bomb down to the train station in one of those military bags. With all the troops moving around the area, nobody'll even look twice.
Fucking regime won't be able to ignore us after that. Freedom or death, right?
If they're trying to hit the train station, Lieutenant, we gotta stop them. Do you know how many people they're gonna kill? And we'd be cut off from the other cities and Abundance's enclaves. Holy crap, even the aqueducts would be shut down.
Shadows, can't that one shut up? Who gave us this newbie? Shut up!
I wouldn't put it that way, but yes, David is right. It's better if people don't know what we're up to. Panic, coupled with a bomb, could end badly for everyone involved.
Traitor!
Leave this bag, please.
It belongs to you? Yeah, I figured, but I was expecting...
A man? Sorry to disappoint. But since you're here, minding my business, maybe I should introduce myself. I'm Bulgakov, one of the leaders of the opposition army. You gonna arrest me now?
Arrest you and take that bomb before it does any harm to the city.
You don't have a damn clue, do you, officer? That bomb was never meant for the city. This is our city, too. It was meant to take out the access roads to the city, to block the army convoys. It's time this fratricidal war finally came to an end. You think we're fighting for Aurora? You're wrong, officer. The opposition is made of patriots, and the war we're losing is making the true patriots weaker, while the politicians and their secret police grow stronger.
You're no patriot. A patriot would let her voice be heard at the assembly of the people, not set off bombs in the city she claims to love.
You couldn't possibly be that naive, could you, officer? Ask around. See if you can find just one person who dared to speak up at your precious assembly and is still around to talk. The only voice ever heard from is the Watchers. The rest are silenced, and will continue to be until only the ASC agents remain. Stay suspicious of me. It's your right. But I don't lie, officer. I'd never hurt the people on purpose. I only ever wanted to free them. Let me. Don't stand in my way, because it's the only road to a better abundance.
I hope I'm doing the right thing. Go on. Go! But leave the bomb. I trust you enough, but not that much.
I hear you. Thanks. And goodbye, officer. Beware the Watchers. You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, report.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
The insurgency's been quelled.
What about this pain in my ass, Bulgakov?
Let me start with the good news. We stopped Bulgakov at the station before they set off their explosives. Bad news? She slipped away before we could grab her.
Starting with the good news doesn't make it any less of a failure, Lieutenant. The ASC's gonna try to rip us a new asshole over this, but the fact that they said Bulgakov was a man and not a woman might give us a bit of ammo to fire back with. I'm still pissed, but there's no telling how many lives you saved today. So go find Quartermaster Ryan and collect your pay. Let's keep the fuck-ups to a minimum, though, going forward. Only so many times I'll be able to cover your ass with the ASC.
Captain, report.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Rest assured, potential scandal's been abolished. Everything's in order. We managed to neutralize most. Some, unfortunately, escaped.
Then you didn't act quickly enough. It should have been your priority, Lieutenant. Because of your failures, all we can do now is hope that the word doesn't spread. And what was the fate of the sergeant in charge of the group?
Sergeant Boris? You'll be pleased to hear that he's been eliminated, as requested.
I'm glad to hear my expectations were met. As hard as it must have been to carry out those orders, it's never easy to take the life of one of your own, even if he was a coward and a traitor. You did well, saved us from scandal. My trust was well placed. Quartermaster has your pay. Go get it. It was well earned. Good. Moving on. We have new missions. A bit of a welcome change from the big chases. We've got state officials arriving in Ophir today, and an ASC warning that an influx of Aurora spies in the city are planning trouble. For security, the officials will be picked up in rovers outside the city and brought to the hangars, rather than coming through the station. We've got brigades tracking the spies, but you're gonna have to usher them through the slums and make sure they get to our quarters safely. No excuses. No failures. We clear? Questions, Lieutenant?
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Captain Eliza told me to come find you for my pay.
Indeed, I've been expecting you. Here you go.
Word on the street is that the locusts are swarming the underworks. Patrol gonna get it under control before the shit hits the fan?
Unlikely. High Command's about as interested in the slums as they are the underworks. Why try to spit-shine a turd? And what's it to you anyway? As it goes, little nuisances have a way of becoming big problems over time. Proliferation. And I'd be willing to pay to nip it in the bud now, before they start to hit our warehouses and personnel, too. Well, you'd have more luck killing them in their nests than hunting them one by one. Or you could booby-trap the tunnels and catch the rats while they roam. Your call.
Made the traps you suggested. Now they just have to be set to catch the locusts.
And I'll make sure they find their way to the tunnels. Keep the filthy things from reaching the surface and poaching our goods. And Lieutenant, thank you for caring. The poorest of us rarely get shown such concern. It's your lucky day. I need a favor, if you have the time, on top of the missions the captain already gave you.
Depends on the favor.
Soldiers back from the front are barricaded inside the warehouse. But they think Aurora's outside and they're in the middle of a war zone. They've terrorized the merchants, but honestly, that's not even the worst of it. According to internal reports, they're not just soldiers. They're test subjects for a new combat drug that increases their strength tenfold. Their paranoia is probably a result of the drug, but it makes the situation even more dangerous. I would prefer it if you could reason with them. You could use force, but in their state, the drugs could push them over the edge. A straight-up fight could kill them. First things first, we need to help get them quarantined and away from civilians to prevent further collateral damage. I know you're up to your neck in other responsibilities, but please, this is a favor for me and a favor for the guys. If the ASC handles it instead, I know I'm gonna be writing letters of condolences. Don't let it come to that.
How's he think a noob who's not even a real soldier will be able to reason with a corporal hopped up on some super drug? He knows Technomancers aren't magicians, right?
Pipe down, Lieutenant will find a way. Maybe we just need to find the corporal's family to help talk him down. Look at me, I'm just full of ideas.
Soldier, please let me in.
Ma'am, your husband. He's one of the soldiers who returned yesterday?
Yes, I'm Corporal Tyrone Ward's wife. So he is back? Why haven't I been permitted to see him? What's wrong?
Ma'am, he's safe, but he's scared. Paranoid. Suffering severe post-traumatic stress. So what I need for you to do is tell me something. Anything that might help me convince him to listen. Before he gets himself killed.
Tell him I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting to see him. Dying to see him. Tell him about the ribbon he sent me for my hair. And that it's not just me waiting anymore. That we're going to have a child soon.
Excuse me, soldier. I wanna...
Freeze! Not another step! That uniform ain't fooling anyone, asshole. What are you? A war spy?
Look, I just got back from one hell of a mission, so if my uniform's not up to spec, you'll forgive me. But either tell your superiors I'm back with intel, or explain to them why you kept it from them. Your choice.
You just finished spying on the enemy? Well, why didn't you say that in the first place? Get in here before your cover's blown.
Corporal, let's chat.
You wanna chat? Sure, why not? Not like we're at war here. Let's just have a goddamn tea party. Whatever you want to chat about. Oh shit, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I didn't see your stripes. Your uniform threw me off, sir. My mistake.
It's fine, Corporal. Stand down. Listen, Corporal, you're confused. You're scared, and I get that. Not a lot is making sense to you now, but you have to trust me. You're back in Ophir, and your wife, Maya, she's worried about you.
Maya? How the hell do you know my wife's name? Did you do something to...
Your wife's fine, Corporal. She even told me about that ribbon you sent her.
She told you about the ribbon? I don't understand. There was a goddamn war raging out there. I heard it. We were under siege. If we're in Ophir, you're telling me it's under siege?
It was. The fighting's done, though. You held the warehouse like men, so just relax and return to your barracks. Rest. And wait for your wife. She has some good news for you.
Good news? Of what?
The best kind. Trust me. The kind that'll be a reason to stay safe. Stay alive.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Men, listen up. Lower your arms. We're heading back to the barracks. On the double.
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the one, the only, Technomancer. A pleasure as always. What brings you here this fine day?
Found your clients. Told them you had their merch. They'll come pick it up as soon as they can.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, take this. As a token of my appreciation, it is not much for all you've done for me, but it's something.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Solved your problem, Quartermaster.
Is that so? And how'd it go?
No lives lost. But if we don't find an antidote to the drug, I doubt those men will see a day outside a cell for the rest of their lives.
Thanks, Lieutenant. We owe you one. A friend of mine working on the test actually sent us a sample and we should be able to make an antidote with it. Eventually, I hope.
Give me the sample. I know someone who could probably find the cure quickly.
Thank you, Lieutenant. If he succeeds, he will help us out a lot. Here, take this.
Lieutenant, should we maybe get the civilians away from the plaza? It might be safer.
Good point. Yeah, let's ask him to move back.
My boy, I have a favor to ask you. I've lost something.
What'd you lose?
I mentioned one thing. Oh, I am sorry. In fact, it's about a friend. Charles? You remember Charles? No, you can't remember him. Silly me, you never met him. Anyway, Charles is a friend. A scientist co-worker. He was way more successful than I must say. So, he's a friend, and I lost him. It looks like he disappeared, and I am a bit worried. I know that he was doing some sensitive research. Important. Maybe he ran into problems because of that. Anyhow, it's hard to tell.
How do you want me to find him?
He has an assistant. Very nice. She used to make delicious pastries. Unless I'm mixing her up with someone else. Anyway, he had an assistant. I'm pretty sure of it.
I'll go find her. She must know what happened to him, and if she does, it'll turn out the professor is just in a conference somewhere.
Maybe. It's true I don't get invited to conferences as often as I used to. It's rather unfair. I used to love the cocktails they served.
I have a sample of a drug that was administered to the soldiers. We absolutely need an antidote. Can you do that?
Of course. You know, you could have probably made it yourself. If you would listen to the science lessons I was trying to teach you... Oh well, you preferred to throw lightning bolts. I remember that time.
Scott, here's the sample. Can I get an antidote?
You think that I'm senile? You'll see. Give me some time. Take this. It wasn't that complicated. I made you one dose, and I wrote down the formula on it. They'll be on their own for making others.
Thank you, Scott. You know my master Sean well, don't you?
Well, it's a strong word. I know him, of course. I saw him during all those years I came to visit you. We would talk sometimes. He likes you a lot, you know. I think that he has great hopes for you. He's also very bitter. He bears a grudge against our corporation, and I don't know why. I think that it was because of the appointed couple policy imposed upon the Technomancers. He must have had a frustrated love story, that boy. I hope that he did not give you bad ideas. Abundance has shortcomings, but it is up to us to fix them, and it remains undoubtedly the best of all corporations.
What do you know about the exchange?
I am not really into tourism, you know. I think that it is better to ask someone else if you are looking for specific information on a neighborhood. All I can say is that back when I used to go there, it was a commercial neighborhood.
Can you tell me about the slums?
That's where the true Ophir is. That's where I have my clinic, you know. Of course, you know. I love that neighborhood. It's very lively, and you can find everything a poor doctor needs. Bars, patients.
I can see your interests are very specific.
You're not going to lecture me knowing that you yourself take focus drugs and other crap regularly. And it's too late at my age, anyway.
What do you know about the source?
Bah! What do you want me to say? You know the place better than I think. That's where the political centers are. Your barracks, the Technomancer's chapel, and all those buildings that are our corporation's pride. It is quite a cold place. I must say that it's not my favorite neighborhood. You feel tiny there.
Hey there, I'm looking for Charles Seeker. You know where I could find him?
And you are?
Zachariah Mancer. Professor and I have a mutual friend. He's worried about him.
I know the feeling. Haven't seen him for days. I'm Veronica Seeker, the professor's assistant. I got a message informing me he had taken an impromptu vacation, but it's not like him. He didn't even like to sleep, said it just wasted time. Even more than likely in the middle of the research he was doing.
Yeah, seems a bit off, doesn't it? Professor was supposed to start some research with a friend of mine as well. I'm sure he'd already started work on it before leaving. You know anything about it?
Of course. I was involved with the professor's research, though I shouldn't discuss it with anyone without his consent. But with that last name, Mancer, I suppose this technomancy research is of particular interest to you. Otherwise, most people barely bat an eye towards the scientific aspects of Technomancer powers.
If you're concerned that the message wasn't really from the professor, did you report his disappearance?
To the authorities? Of course not. The authorities, Mr. Mancer, have far more pertinent issues than this, which I am sure will work itself out in time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Veronica, I know I'm not exactly a prime physical specimen, but I should hope that I am still not so forgettable. Unless I'm wrong and we do not know each other. What is, after all, certain in this life? It might all just be a confounding dream. Like the one I had last night, where, trying to wear my pants as a shirt, I found my nose got caught in the zipper.
Professor Scott. Oh my. Hello. I am so sorry I did not recognize you. You should have told me earlier to save me from this embarrassment. Was it you who was planning a collaboration on the Technomancer research? I'm afraid the professor's vocal railings against the ASC and their ceaseless power grabs might have finally come back to bite him. He would even preach to his colleagues and the listeners at conferences. I would give anything to be wrong, of course, but hope is oftentimes incongruous with the reality we must come to face.
Zachariah, could you... Anyway, could I talk to you in private?
What's going on?
I know that I'm asking a lot from you, but I was wondering if maybe you could continue to investigate. You are someone important now. You know a lot of people. They can tell you if Veronica's suspicions are justified.
I could probably talk about it with my captain, or tap into some contacts in the know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I want to be sure. You see, I think that you need to recover his latest research. I strongly believe that, besides what he said, he found something dangerous. The ASC, they're thugs. We must not allow sensitive scientific research to fall into their hands. The risks are too high.
I'll see what I can do, but I doubt that Veronica will give me Charles's documents willingly. She's very protective of her boss's work.
Why did Charles start getting into politics? Politics has no place in the scientific community. It's such a plebeian concept. Now, look at poor Veronica. She's like a lost soul.
Why the hell did we come here to interrogate this girl, huh? We don't have enough to do? This ain't what I signed up for.
All you need to know is I'm interested in that professor, Dave. That's it.
Great. Another thing I ain't allowed to have any thoughts about.
want, huh?
To find your chief.
Mara? You want Mara? What are you... Fuck it. Ain't my fight. You'll find her there if you want to find her. Hope she gives you what you're looking for.
You Mara?
Yeah. What's it to you, dick?
Charming. I helped the young lady escape from a warehouse where she was being tortured. She can't even remember her own name.
Wow, you're a hero. Thanks for the story.
She was one of yours.
You found Talia? If you found her... Fuck. This would be the first damn time I'd ever owe any guy anything. You bring her here, whether she remembers herself or us or not, if it's her, she's one of us. Family. So yeah, we'll take care of her. And the assholes who fucked with her too.
Just glad to finally find her a home. There's a merchant in the exchange quarter. Name's Fiorello. He's been taking care of her. Send someone to get her. Tell him I sent you.
And what's your name? To tell him?
Zachariah Mancer.
A good name. One I won't forget. We don't have many friends with dicks around here, but I'd like to consider you one. Thanks for bringing our sister back home.
Bye, Mara.
I don't mean to, but Zachariah, you know what is in that building. What are we doing here?
If there's anyone who knows where the professor is, besides the guys who made him disappear, it's this guy right here. Anton Rogue knows everything and everyone in Ophir.
All right. Yes, I trust you.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Come on, guys, get him!
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
Sir Charles Seeker. I'm looking for what happened to him. What can you tell me?
The dangers of having a mind, of using it, and especially of speaking it, I'm afraid. His research and political opinions push the line, and patience of some. Funny how smart and wise don't always go hand in hand. That said, word is he boarded a train. Not so much a pleasure trip. More like a forced hiatus given the military escort and the colonel's re-education camp he was bound for. No matter the power of the mind, the power of a gun always seems to gain the upper hand in the end, don't you think?
Just wanted you to know my services are available for a price.
Interesting. A question, though. Is it really the pay you're after, Mancer, or could it be the adrenaline? Those old graybeards at the source boring the living hell out of you yet?
I don't remember inviting you into my business. If you need me, just pay.
A Technomancer for hire. A prize indeed. Who wouldn't need such a thing? But you'll need to prove yourself first. The army has a weapons shipment heading to the front. I'd like for it to not get there. Why don't you use your rank to see that it makes an unforeseen detour to, well, me?
This a test of loyalty? Fine, if that's what you need. I gotta go.
Then go.
Veronica, I need a favor. I'm looking for access to the professor's compiled research documents. Might be a big help to me.
It's just not my work to share, Zachariah. If he came back, I don't think he'd be too pleased to find out I handed it away. You ever find out what happened to him?
From what I could gather, he was arrested and thrown into the correctional camp. Apparently his criticism of the government was more important to them than his work. Times we live in, I guess.
I don't even know what to... Such a loss. A waste. Maybe his work shouldn't be abandoned. If he's not coming back anytime soon, or at all, and you can do good with it.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope?
Unfortunately, I've received confirmation of what Veronica suspected. Charles was arrested and deported to a camp as a punishment for his comments. I'm sorry, Scott. I did bring back his research, though, since you wanted it.
Thank you, Zachariah. How awful. But what is happening to our dear abundance? We won't beat Aurora if we get rid of our scientists. Anyway, I'll take a look at these documents. No doubt our dear Charles was worried. They're coded. It's funny, it reminds me of the code we used as students, so that the professors wouldn't know about our adventures. All this is a little far away. I'm gonna have to think about it. Thank you, Zach. Thanks again.
Stay back. Keep moving.
Screw you! You move! I live here!
There may be an attack coming. We're just trying to keep everyone safe.
An attack? Why didn't you just say that? We're out of here!
Citizens, gotta keep moving. Go!
We're going!
Oh, hey there. You're the officer who's escorting us? Damn, we got lucky. Our own Technomancer. Name's Nisha.
Pleasure. Zachariah Mancer. I'll get you where you need to go.
Never met a Technomancer before. Must be amazing to have powers like that. I gotta say, I was getting pretty worried Aurora would try to attack us on the road. But with you tagging along?
We still need to be careful and stick together. Never know when danger's gonna crop up.
Based. Hello, officer. I'm Simon Judge.
Hello, Mr. Judge. I'm Zachariah Mancer, and I've been assigned to escort you.
Mancer? A Technomancer? I've never had the opportunity to cross paths with your kind. You're a pretty mysterious group of people. I've heard that your abilities could turn out to be dangerous, even for you. Is it true?
It's called a surge. Intense excitement and emotions can make us generate more energy than we can usually handle. It creates an overload. If we manage to keep it in check, the effects are minor, and it can be used very effectively in combat. The result is devastating for anything around the Technomancer. Unfortunately, in extreme cases, it can lead to the death of the one who generates it.
Fascinating. That's really fascinating. You are really the spearhead of the armies of Mars.
Zach, listen to... There's been an explosion. There will be wounded there. I have to... Are you able to escort these people yourself?
I'll manage. Go on. Go help where you can. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins.
I'll get you someplace safe. We gotta go, now.
We're following you, officer, trusting you with our lives.
Let's head to the north gate, then the guards can take you to the residence, or the exchange.
You're an impressive young man. I've always trusted our Technomancers. Gentlemen, miss, let us dally no more.
We're not safe here, are we, officer? Thank you, officer. I hope to see you around soon. I'll be at the source.
Lieutenant! Everything go all right? It's been awful over there. They blew up the protection shutters, so we had to evacuate everyone.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't just a diversion. It was a symbol, too. Destroy the roof of a rival city, and they won't forget about it anytime soon.
That's true. That's some good thinking, Lieutenant. So, we heading back to the barracks? Sure, the captain will be wanting your report as soon as possible.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah? Despite the attack, the officials reached the source. Good work, Lieutenant.
All safe and sound at the camp as promised, Captain.
You're already making yourself one hell of an asset, Lieutenant. No doubt those officials owe you their lives. You sure as hell earned your pay. Go see the quartermaster to get it. Our response to the attack can't be passive. We strike fast, we strike hard, and we strike now. ASC discovered that they got in through the underworks, through tunnels connected to their shadow paths, so that's where we're gonna hit them. Get a rover and Amelia Reacher to drive you there, and wipe the Aurora shits off the face of Mars and destroy their damn tunnels. Failure's not an option. This is a mission of pride for this army, not just for abundance. They struck us in our home. For that, we'll annihilate them. Don't let us down, Lieutenant. During their assassination plot, Aurora's diversion attempts destroyed some of our city's roofs, forcing us to evacuate blocks of citizens to protect them from the sun. We need the repairs done, and done quickly. But instead of working on the repairs where they're damn well needed, the fucking mutants have now chosen to revolt. Put an end to it, Lieutenant. Get them back to work so our city can get back to living.
Will do, Captain.
Before you go, Lieutenant, I want you to know, your professor, Captain Technomancer, leaving the city for the front. Might want to go say goodbye.
Thank you, Captain. Appreciate it. Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Captain Eliza told me to come find you for my pay.
Indeed, I've been expecting you. Here you go.
Do you have some merch coming into the station? Need a hand with the delivery?
I might be a little brazen sometimes, but not enough to turn a lieutenant into my personal errand boy.
Except that the shipment holds weapons, and if Vori get their hands on the weapons, it's gonna mean more danger for my boys. So let me give you a hand, in case not helping out ends up biting me in the ass down the line.
Fair enough. Used to be Vori only dirty to slums, but they're like an illness lately, spreading like a contagion. Merce needs to make it up to the station and head out to the front. Thanks for the help.
I went to a friend for a solution to our antidote problem, and he found one.
That's the kind of good news you don't get every day. You could stop 100 terrorist attacks and still not save as many lives as you have with that antidote, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, what can I do for you?
Got a weapons shipment from Quartermaster Ryan. He needs it sent to the front ASAP.
Of course, Lieutenant. Will do.
Zachariah, so your captain told you I was heading out, did she? I should be grateful. It is good to see you. Perhaps for the last time. I'm leaving for the front, as is expected.
I wish you could stay longer.
Wish that I could as well, if not only to appease my concern for you. But their will moves more than my desire. So they separate us, as they always have. To keep us divided. And I fear to further isolate you. Stay wary, mindful. You are in their sights, my dear Zachariah. You are the newest initiate, the youngest. And so, to them, the most attainable. The shortest route to knowing our secret. Such is our world. We are pawns in a chess game played by imbeciles, clinging to nothing but illusions of power. And the real power that illusion brings. Take care, Zachariah. Take care.
I will. My word. Until we meet again, Master.
I'm afraid this is more of a farewell. And it's Sean. Forget me not.
It is always sad to see a friend leave, especially when you know that he's going to risk his life every day. You must be feeling very lonely. It is up to you to earn a new friend to support you through hard times. A friend powerful enough. Have you thought about my request? What's little secret shared against a strong friendship, after all?
I would be honored to have you among my friends, Colonel. But alas, I don't know what secret you're alluding to. I'm sorry.
A pity indeed, because you will find out soon enough that while I can be a great friend, I can also be a fierce enemy. See you later, Lieutenant.
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the one, the only, Zachariah Mancer. A pleasure as always. What brings you here this fine day?
I found out where the girl's from.
That is great, great news.
Not for her, unfortunately. Turns out she was part of a female gang trying to come together as a rival to Anton Rogue's outfit. Fight barely lasted a round, but clearly it annoyed Anton enough to have one of them kidnapped and tortured to send a message.
So what happens to her now?
Just sending her back to her friends. One of the girls will probably come get her. What's the point of trying to hold her accountable for things she doesn't even remember? And she's already suffered enough.
You surprise me, officer. Open-minded, compassionate. A rare breed in your field of work. Sad to think she will just return to the streets. But what's to be done? Here, take this, for all your trouble. I hate to risk exploiting your kindness, but if I may.
Go on.
Since our little misadventure the other day, I'm always looking over my shoulder, feeling that those mob types are breathing down my neck, fearing I'm less protected than I ought to be.
And you want bodyguards?
In a sense. But understanding that no ordinary citizen of abundance would suffice, and that such a task for you would be an insult, I was thinking that perhaps a strong mutant might do the trick. Word goes around that one might be able to make such an acquisition from the mutant pen in the slums. If you might make the trip for me, I could compensate you for the price of both the mutant and your time.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Again, thank you.
Listen up! Everybody! Listen up or I shoot him! Help me, please! Help me! Shut up! Do what I say or I shoot him! You gonna listen? Huh? Huh? Hey you! Soldier boy! That's right. Listen up or I kill this guy!
What?
No! No! Shut up and listen! Don't talk! This little shit's brother ruined me, okay? He lured me in and got me up to my eyes in debt! So, you find him and tell him if he wants to see his brother again, he forgets what I owe him! You got it?
You really think threatening an innocent man's the way to go? Or maybe you think it's gonna make things worse for you? Calm down, and maybe I can help you.
So, what are you gonna do? Protect me and my family?
Sure, we can keep you all safe.
That a promise?
It's a promise. If you lower your weapon.
All right. I'm putting it down. Just lock me up and keep your promise.
Everything okay?
Yes, I'm shaken, but all right. Thank you so deeply, officer. Thank you.
You ever been to the Curiosities?
A couple of times, but I don't like going through that neighborhood too much.
Really? I go once a week. You got some great matches in the arena. You can place your bets on the fighters, too. Why not come with me next time?
Why not? Sounds like fun.
Those mutants refused to climb onto the roof to fix it. Just when I thought I'd seen everything. Now we get rejected by those... things? Unbelievable. We could die roasting in the sun, yet no one can command those lazy abominations.
Never been here. Seems dangerous. All those mutants. I always wondered if they're contagious. What exactly are you planning, Lieutenant? Force seems the most appropriate, of course, but there's...
What's the problem? Why aren't you working?
Their kind work like one. If one is hurt, they all cannot work. And now they have one who is wounded, so they are all helpless. But the men do not want to help the wounded. They just want him back on the roof.
Where's your hurt friend? I may be able to help him. Here, your friend's as good as new. Back to normal.
Thank you. The man was very nice. They will go back to work now, and if they survive, will not forget what the man did for them.
What the hell are you doing? Get back to work. You're putting a lot of lives at risk.
They will die beneath the eye of Father Son if they go up to repair the roof. The man knows this, but does not care about them.
Maybe you're too dumb to put it together, so let me spell it out for you, mutant. The roof needs to be fixed, by your kind. Now. We don't care how many of you die doing it, either. You don't want to go up and repair the roof? Fine. Your choice. We'll just send your children and your elderly. All those too weak to rebel with you. Then, we'll execute you. You'll all die anyway, and without even doing any good. That what you want?
The man would send our children. The man is... They will go back to work. Leave our children be.
Let's go. You can't just sit around while the city's exposed. Get back to work.
They would, but their tools are too damaged to work. With bad tools, they will be in the eye of father-son longer and die quicker.
Let me see your tools. Maybe I can fix them.
If the tools are made better, they can and will fix the roof.
To think that the city's life depends on an incomplete toolbox. Ridiculous. We should be able to fix it, right?
I fixed your tools. Should make the work go faster.
The men made the tools like new. They will do as they promised and go fix the roof now.
What does the man want?
Just to talk to you. You need to go back to work.
No, they will not. They will not die to go repair roofs broken by men. Men must find another way to fix it.
Listen, I know it's dangerous work, and the odds are pretty high that some of you may die doing it. But if you don't, the whole city will suffer, and all of you in the pen will die. Not just a few. I know it's an enormous sacrifice to ask, but it's for the greater good.
If the man tells them the truth, they have no choice. They will go back to work to save the many. They wish the man would protect the city better in the future, so these sacrifices never have to happen again.
Believe me, we're gonna try our best.
The man must think about those going to die for him. Not forget what he asked of them. What they did. But now, they must go back to work.
Hello, I have a proposal for you. A merchant is looking for a bodyguard, and you look strong. He said that he would feed you if you protected him.
Big strong, big very strong, and big always hungry.
If I understand, your name is Beg?
Yes, Beg is his name. Him wants good food and can protect man, but Chief Man not let Beg leave.
You mean the pen supervisor? Don't worry, I'll go talk to him. Hey there, you in charge of the mutant pen? Name's Technomancer, Ophir officer.
Hey, yeah. Pen's my responsibility. Sure. Dan Stewart, what can I do for you?
I managed to stop the rebellion. The mutants should resume work soon.
Well, there's a bit of good news. Sure it wouldn't have ended so well without your help. Probably would have lost my job, so thank you.
I'd like to buy the mutant who calls himself Beg.
Big Beg? Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. Losing him be like losing the work of 4 other mutants. Nah, he's too strong to lose.
You weren't wrong. The supervisor doesn't want you to leave. Looks like he enjoys your strength too much. What if you refuse to work here, or initiate an incident so that he decides not to keep you?
Beg not understand what men want.
If you want to go with the merchant who will feed you, you must refuse to work here. Make some noise, you see?
Yes, Beg understand. Beg, make noise and refuse work.
I wonder if he realizes the consequences of what he's about to do. Better be ready to step in before something bad happens to him.
What's he doing? Why is he making trouble? He'll still have to work.
Beg no work more! No work more!
If he doesn't stop, he'll get beaten real bad.
No! Let them beat Beg! No work more!
Then he gets what he asked for.
I need to step in.
Hey, what's going on here? You lost your minds? Break it up, you fucking parasites! Going after a human? Hell you thinking? And you, why the hell are you back here messing up the pen? Come on, go! Get out!
Look, I'm not trying to cause problems, but I already told you, I'm really interested in getting this slave. And since the others were just about to kill him...
They weren't gonna kill him. Maybe beat the shit out of him as a lesson. Like I'm gonna do to you if you don't get out and stay out.
Alright, look, I know this job's gotta be draining. You give all your time and energy to these things, and all they do is cause you more work and trouble. I'm just saying, I could give you a little something. Buy one of your problems off your hands.
Now we're talking the same language. A generous offer greases the wheels. You gonna take him with you now?
Actually, if you could make sure he gets to a guide, Fiorello in the exchange quarter, it'd be a big help.
Sure, why not? You got it, pal. Good doing business with you.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Come on, guys, let's get him!
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
I can't give you the cargo you wanted. Sorry.
You're sorry? You are. Not half as sorry as I am. I thought we could collaborate, Mancer. Had high hopes, but your lack of execution reveals yet another army dog. How disappointing. I am afraid your loyalty is very much misplaced. A couple slum merchants seem to be facing some mild forgetfulness on the issue of protection serum. I'd love it if you perhaps help jog their memories for me.
Can do.
I'm going to send some company along with you to lend a gentle hand, to make sure that the lessons learned and the payment, preferably in serum, finds my hungry little hands by day's end, whether they want to pay or not.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Hey there.
Officer, hello.
You've been falling a little behind on your payments lately, huh?
Yes, no, I know. Of course, it slipped my mind. My apologies. Here's everything I owe. I'm so sorry, again.
How? Why? I'm still shaking.
Must have been those Aurora bastards. So many wounded. I shudder to think of how many dead.
The tragedy never ceases. It's always the same who pay. Those poor people in the slums.
That's because Aurora agents are cowards.
Hey, new blood to the neighborhood. Name's Sam Rowe, bookmaker at the Curiosities. Which means I not only take bets on the fights, but I set them up too. So, whatever your flavor, I'm your man. You a betting man or a fighting man? Care to dance?
More a fighter, I guess.
Yeah, you've seen the sort. We got two types of dance cards, see? On-demand fights for the beauty of the sport, and a tournament where the fighters instead gotta take on a number of challenges. You win them all, you take the title, and a reputation to not fuck with you.
Why the hell not? Could use a little exercise.
That's what I'm talking about! Follow me to the arena, fresh meat. They're gonna love you.
I'm looking for a man named Derek Labor. He fought here?
Sure, yeah, he fought a couple times. He's making a name for himself before he got himself caught in some shit. But you're asking me to speak out of turn, which could come back to bite me. That kind of risk should be worth compensation.
Another man with his hand out. How much do you want?
Let's just say I wouldn't have the same hesitation if I was having this conversation with a tournament champion. At least the winner of the first round.
I'll think about it.
Hello there. Ready for a fight? A challenge?
Here, listen up and there will be war.
That a boy! Damn impressive! Your reward for victory! Hey there, new blood. What can I do you for?
I'm looking for a man named Derek Labor. He fought here?
Guess you've earned a bit of honesty from me. Poor Derek. Poor Derek. Hit a snag. Snag so big it got him knocked out, if you catch my drift. There were two fellas after him. More likely that they did him in than the story going round that he simply choked drinking from a glass. Don't you think? Strong fellow like that.
Where can I find the guys?
They're Vori, Mancer. So I'm guessing you can find them hanging around Anton Rogue's warehouse. But I didn't tell you that.
I'll keep you safe. Thanks for the help.
Neat. Just the other day, I had to push my eldest to work. Well, there was just no other way.
He's 14. He's not a child anymore.
Hey, you! Please stop. I need your help. Please! You is one of them Technomancers, ain't ya? Heard about you? One of them fancy officers supposed to be our protectors.
We do what we can.
Then maybe you the man I should ask for help. You see, I got a daughter. Prettiest thing you ever seen. So sweet and kind and everything a mom'd ever want in a baby girl. Kind of daughter makes you just bubble with pride. But she's gone now. Just disappeared. And I know you ain't know her, but I promise she ain't the kind of girl who just leave her mama without no word. It's them Vori done took her. I knew it. Took her and forcing her to do heaven knows what. Horrible things I can't imagine. You gotta help. You've got to help her, Mr. Mancer.
I'll do my best. What's her name?
Sarah. Her name is Sarah. Thank you so much, sir. I can't say how good it is for you to help a woman like me. Thank you, sir. Thank you for my baby girl and me.
you, a Technomancer, right? Get the hell out of here. You surge around here, you're gonna fuck up my baby for good.
Just like you don't spontaneously combust, we don't spontaneously search. Is that you on the poster?
Yeah, name's Amelia Reacher. We're discoverers one and all, like father, like daughter. Why? What's it to you?
Well, me and my men need to get to a site on one of Aurora's shadow paths. Heard you'd make that happen.
Wish they gave me a heads up a Mancer was coming along. But orders are orders. I can take you whenever you're ready.
I know you're coming to get me, but I've got protection now. Hired them myself. I'm sick of getting pushed around, extorted, by you or anyone else.
Damn shame. If you were a little more reasonable, it might not have come to this.
Hey, no! Don't hurt me. I'm just trying to defend my business. Please, here, take my serum.
You want to defend your business? Then pay when you're told. That's simple. But no, you wanted to hire a little muscle to fight back. That was dumb. That was very, very dumb. And it's gonna cost you. Break him. Make him an example for the others.
I don't think I'm gonna do that. If I kill him, he's not gonna be around to pay next time. Doesn't seem like good business. Think he's learned his lesson. Taking what he owes Anton and nothing more.
Maybe you ain't understanding. It wasn't a suggestion. It was an order.
Lost 10 doses of serum the other day. Bad bet in the arena's a curiosity.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Come on, guys, get him!
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off! You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
I'm looking for a prostitute named Sarah.
And you wouldn't be the only one. She was quite the popular menu item for the boys at the barracks, until she disappeared, like a puff of once lucrative smoke. You catch wind of her, you'll let me know. I'd be much obliged. Wish I could give you a bearing, but the truth of the matter is, the doll simply disappeared, along with a potential profit I'm not happy to have seen go with her, but would pay to see returned, with or without some added bruising as a lesson in running off.
Here's your serum.
Well done, my friend. We are friends, aren't we? Your reputation's well earned, violent and efficient. Here's a little something for your troubles. Can't say I'm altogether pleased with your tactics toward this merchant or your aggressiveness towards my men.
Either I gained restraint or you lost a revenue stream. Figured I made the right call.
You didn't. Restraint is weakness, and weakness is, well, bad for business. So, let's say we try this again, with another little mission. One of the opposition's contacts is waiting for delivery. I didn't want to press too hard by assigning you to something so trivial until the merchandise got confiscated by a guard. You'll find the contraband hidden in the barracks. You know the place intimately, I'm sure, so I'm counting on you making sure that this withdrawal gets to our client discreetly.
Nothing's ever that easy, but I'll see what I can do. Word is, you're the guy who paid to kill Derek Labor. Guy who won his last fight in the arena a few days ago.
Fuck you! Who the hell you think you are coming in here like this, prick? How about we teach you a lesson in manners? How about that, boys? Stop, damn it, stop! We're the ones who shot Derek.
And who sent you to do it?
Shit, it was that fucking guard who watches over the fights. He wanted Derek gone. I don't know why, so don't ask. I just took what he paid, and I did what he asked, alright?
Yeah, alright. An honest killer. What'll they think of next? Later.
It's become almost impossible to go through the underworks without bumping into one of those monsters.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man. I have 2 witnesses telling me you're behind Derek Labor's death. Why'd you do it?
Shit. Why did I do it? You know how much that little bitch cost me in serum? Pompous little ass was supposed to go down in the last fight. But no, he decided he needed to follow the rules. Being a pathetic laborer who started winning fights swelled his head. A little arrogance goes a long way in the arena. You get hurt outside of it, though, he was supposed to lose. He didn't. That hurt me really bad. So, I made an example of him to other fighters who think they can think for themselves, too.
You're under arrest for the murder of Derek Labor.
Yeah, sure. You and what army officer? Get out of here.
Miss, there's no easy way to say this, but I found your fiancé's body. The Vori killed him over some rigged bets.
No. No! No! Derek!
I arrested the man responsible. He's in jail now. And that doesn't bring Derek back, but at least the guy who did it will pay.
Thank you, officer. Thank you.
So you find my girl yet?
Popular young girl you got there. Word is the mob's looking for her too, but she slipped away. Maybe one of her regular clients could help.
Oh, well, let me think. There was one fella was deep into my Sarah, if you catch my drift. Spent all his serum, time, attention on my baby girl. John Labor, I believe. Fella from the slums. But if you're gonna find him there, you have to go at day's end. During daylight, the boy works round them military warehouses with the rovers.
Hey, you John Labor?
That depends. What's this about?
You alright? Look a little worse for wear.
Oh yeah, never better. What do you want?
A young woman worked around here. Name was Sarah.
The girl's gotten popular. A lot of people looking for her these days. What's it to you?
Just a guy trying to help her out. What do you say?
Yeah, alright. That girl could use all the help she could get. Now, I tried. I tried not to tell him where she was at, but I felt like it only takes so much before he breaks. You follow? I felt like it only takes so much. Sarah wanted out of her family, away from her bitch mother, out of the city, away from the underworld, out of abundance, to a world of hope is all. A new start. That too much to want? No. So she headed off to the exchange to find a smuggler, or anyone offering hope. But thanks to me, she probably got those assholes all over her by now. I tried to keep my mouth shut. Y'all really tried. You gotta go get her first, mister. She's a good girl. So go on now. You find her, and you help her.
Hey! Hell you doing here, huh? What do you want?
Nothing from you. I'm here for...
The gal? Great. Sorry she's ours. Maybe you can come back later after we're done with her. You can get the hell out now and never come back! Or do you need me to help you out permanently?
Please! Please, sir!
Shut your fucking mouth, bitch! Fuck, your lucky damaged goods are worth less, or I'd drop a hammer on your teeth!
Yeah, I think we've got a little misunderstanding. I need to talk to the girl, and you don't really have a choice here.
Is that so?
Thank you! Thank you so much! I can't even tell you how much I owe you. What they would have done to me if you hadn't shown up. But I need to get out of town now, for good.
If you really want to leave, I know a traveling merchant who may be willing to help you. He's in the exchange quarter and he owes me a favor or two. Tell him I sent you. It'll be a lot safer than trying to find an honest smuggler.
Really? Why? Thank you. Thank you. I will never forget you.
Here we are. A couple of idiots looking for a way out. So desperate they'll fall for anything.
That really what you think's going on here?
Why? You gonna resist? If that's the case, we'll just kill you then.
Hey, no! Stop! Stop! Here's your serum. Take it back. I'll stop. Anything you want, just let me leave.
Sorry, I'm not the lenient type, especially not with those who don't give leniency to others. Only thing you deserve is to die.
Mr. Mancer, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Big on weaponry, I hope? What can I get you?
Beggar problem's fixed. It was a little more complicated than it looked.
Really? How so?
They weren't here by choice. Poor folks got ripped off by a guy who said he was a smuggler. Told them he'd get them to Shadow Lair. Instead, he cut them up and made them work for him.
Terrible thing to hear. Oh, I'm glad you put an end to it. Here, take this. For saving those people and our businesses.
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the one, the only, Zachariah Mancer. A pleasure as always. What brings you here this fine day?
See, they got you the mutant?
Yes, yes, a wonderful specimen. Words and all.
Beg! Mutant! Called Beg!
Beautiful! Yes, Beg. And his sheer size. Like he was simply built to dissuade any ill-intentioned folks from bothering us. Here, take this. To compensate you for all you've done. And feel free anytime to request any favor in return.
I need your help.
And I haven't forgotten I owe you. I'm happy to help wherever I can.
Glad to hear it. I'd like you to take this young woman with you. Her name's Sarah.
Of course. I'd be happy to. If she wants to leave, I'm sure her reasons are more than valid, so I won't pry. You can count on me.
Thank you.
Man! Nice man! Help Beg! Please? Beg soon leave with Master Merchant. Beg need help. Man Lightning.
I guess that I can bring the stone, yes. It's a very nice drawing that you made.
Yes! Man Lightning, nice! Give Master to Beg. Beg have memory for Mother. Make himself. You go give memory to Mother Beg?
Is it me you're calling Man Lightning?
Man nice. Man very nice.
Egg.
Goodbye.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Sir, back to work, Captain.
Well done, Lieutenant. Now go see Ryan and get paid.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Just letting you know, your order made it to the station and is headed out to the front as we speak.
And I owe you one, Lieutenant. You don't know the firestorm that would have come down from High Command if the Vori had gotten their hands on that shipment.
Officer? Officer Zachariah Mancer, a sight for sore eyes. Our hero, brave and strong.
I like where this is going.
Well, you know, you were just so nice, and if you wanted, if you had time, I know you're probably busy, but if you did...
What?
I'm just glad you came to see me. I was just thinking about you. Feel like you're maybe the only guy who could help me.
Why? What's going on?
I just don't have a lot of friends in Ophir. Never really had time for them, but one of the few I have, Abby Goodsman, owns a stall. She's a great girl. Lately, though, she's been scared for her life. Soldiers have been trying to extort her for serum. They tore down her stall and threatened all sorts of horrible things when she wouldn't pay. As an officer, I was hoping you could find out who these wicked men are, and figure out why they're messing with a good girl like Abby. Please, I'm really terrified for her.
If you're positive they're soldiers, that's weird. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I knew you were a good guy.
You're not really like everyone else, are you?
What do you mean?
You kept a level head in the attack. The politicians lost their shit, but you kept cool.
Maybe a hard life like mine prepares you for anything. Or maybe I just had more faith in your abilities than they did.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you again soon. Be careful. Would hate to lose a guy like you around here.
You Abby Goodsman?
Yes, By the shadow, please don't tell me that man sent you.
No, your friend Nisha, the artist, sent me. Said she thought you were in trouble. It looks like she was right.
Yes. Thank you. They're ruining my life. I'm being threatened by soldiers who tore down my shop. Why? Because they wanted serum I don't even have. And if I didn't give it to them, they said they'd denounce me. For what? I never did anything bad.
Yeah, I believe you. You sure they were real soldiers, though? Could have been mobsters in disguise.
All I know is their uniforms sure looked real, and their chief told me to call him Sam Ward. He's sick. You hear me? Sick. A brutal... Please help me. The threats keep coming, and I'm telling you, they're gonna kill me. I know it.
It's all right. Everything will be okay. I'm gonna look for this Sam Ward. Talk to him. Talk to my captain about him, too. I'll get it worked out. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you, officer. Thank you so much.
You the one that's been threatening Abby Goodsman?
Really? What? That bitch complained to the great magicians? Great. Perfect. You know what she's up to. She's anti-regime, and she's plotting against abundance. True fucking story. Your little friend's a traitor, Mancer. Too bad your powers don't include lie detection, huh? So, who cares? We put a little pressure on her, milk her a little bit before the ASC catches her. So what? She deserves it. All she needed to do was be loyal to the damn corporation that raised her. Watch your back. If someone heard about you being friendly with some of the oppositionists like that girl, let's just say it won't end well.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Can I get some intel on a couple citizens?
As long as it's mission-related, Lieutenant.
As Abby Goodsman.
Give me a sec. She's a trader with a small shop in the Exchange Quarter. No arrests, no complaints, no bookmark by the ASC. You said this was mission-related, Lieutenant?
Of course, Captain. Just following up on some leads. What do you know about a soldier named Sam Ward?
Not a lot. The little I know is nothing good. Mostly about the company he keeps, like Vori. Not enough to arrest him, but enough to be glad he's not one of my problems. Word to the wise, which I hope you are. Stay away from him unless you're looking for the kind of trouble you can't dig your way out of.
Of course, Captain. Alright, pretty simple. Just gotta stop the soldier so he can't make good on his threats.
Know what I feel like doing? Paying a visit to that pretty Abby girl. Yeah. Chick didn't learn her lesson after we tore down her shop. Maybe we could teach her a lesson in some other ways.
Sick. You're sick. But it's a sick I wouldn't mind catching, yeah? Why not? Damn pretty girl. I'll grab Chris and we'll make it a party.
Nice. Sounds good. Hey, shut up. I hear someone.
All right. Pretty simple. Just gotta stop the soldier so he can't make good on his threats.
You know... Hey, stop it! Soldiers, cut it out! Who the hell do you think you are? Trying to give me orders, Mancer? I don't report to you, and you don't have a damn clue what's going on here. We'll take what we're owed from the Broad and leave it for Jet if we want. We clear? Or did we misunderstand and you just want to join us in the beatdown?
How do I thank you for everything you've done for me? I don't... If there is anything I can ever do for you, please tell me. Thank you.
Why the hell are we helping a mutant? Seems like a waste of time. Something the captain might not.
Because I said so. It won't take long.
Officer! Officer! I need to talk to you! I'm sorry to bother you, officer, but I have important information about the Vori and their illegal activities.
What kind of information?
I've worked for the mob. For months, I was put in charge of laundering the serum, but I can't do it anymore. The pressure put on me, the fear of getting caught. So, I have decided to tell the authorities anything they may want to know about the Vori's operations. Give them any evidence they need. But I'm scared, officer, for my life. I just need an escort to see the investigators. Can you help me out?
Let me think about it.
Of course. Sure. I need time to grab some documents the investigators will want to see. In the meantime, I'll just pray you'll agree to pick me up tomorrow?
Hi, you Jenny Labor?
Yeah, that's me. What can I do for you?
Nothing for me. A mutant named Beg sent me to give you something. A souvenir, or... I don't know. It's just a stone that he drew on.
Thank you. Oh, my dear little...
Hey there!
Oh.
What is wrong with this corporation? Have all the bigwigs gone crazy? That poor woman has resorted to eating a stone just to get away from the ASC. This is completely insane. What are we gonna tell the mutant?
We're gonna tell him his mother's dead. Unless you got a better idea. Hello, Amelia?
The Technomancer who doesn't surge. What's your name again?
Zachariah Mancer.
Yeah, you're a friend of old crazy Scott, right? Scott Seeker?
Yeah, I know him. He found me and got me in with the Technomancers when I was a kid. Always looking out for me. Why?
He's one of my father's friends.
I still see him every so often, even though he's getting loopier and loopier. You wanted something?
Well, me and my men need to get to a site on one of Aurora's shadow paths. Heard you'd make that happen.
Wish they gave me a heads up a Mancer was coming along. But orders are orders. I can take you whenever you're ready. First rover trip?
Yeah, first time this far from Ophir.
Nice! How's it feel?
Exciting, I guess. A little terrifying to go this far without having the protection of a shadow path, but life's about the adventure, isn't it?
Took the words out of my mouth. That's why I love my job so much. Life's too damn short to play it safe.
You guys doing okay? Nervous about the fights we're gonna face?
The fights? What fights? I did not leave my home and laboratory to foray into battle, child. Did someone tell me this? Because I don't recall being...
We needed a doctor with us, Scott.
Yes, I understand that. I do, but fighting is, it's a dangerous... People get hurt, and I guess that's why... I mean, of course, I will care for you, but no fighting means no wounds to heal.
Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah, it scares me. How big's the fight we're looking at?
Aurora's troops and Technomancers. We'll have to be tactical about it. Hit them in small groups, since there's not a lot of us. But we stick to that plan, and we should be fine.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure once we get there and we get to doing and not just thinking, I'll be fine. It's the thinking that wreaks havoc on me.
This ain't my first rodeo, Lieutenant. Being on a rover is pretty neat and all, but still, no different from past missions. Hit an enemy, get hit back. Find ourselves down deep in Shit Creek and then wait for backup. In other words, it always goes tits up. But when you've been in the bad long enough, you get used to it.
Did you just call my baby pretty neat? That's it? Pretty neat?
I didn't mean... It's swell. Real swell.
Holy shit. I think you guys plucked this fucker from the farm before he was ripe.
Really just shows how big a scale Aurora thinks on. Alright, let's focus on finding the tunnel entrance. Those structures look colonial. Dome's gotta be close.
These are strange structures. I've never seen anything like that.
Are you looking for something in particular? Because I don't remember receiving an order to snoop around. Not sure the cap's gonna like it. Anyway, it's just my opinion.
A Technomancer from Abundance. And I heard you were all nearly extinct. What are you doing here? What do you want?
I want to come in, and you're gonna help me.
No, I don't think I am. Stop! I'll help you!
I told you you would. Don't know why you didn't believe me.
Here I come.
The dome's in amazing condition. Though I doubt Aurora's been taking care of it. I wonder where the relic the merchants talked about is, or even how they found out about it. Well, it looks like we found the relic. Doesn't look like much, but the style of writing looks familiar, even if I don't have a clue what it means. You able to decipher it? What is it? It even real?
We haven't been able to decipher it yet, but yes, no doubt it's real. Not sure if I can tell you anything else about it. I don't know what you're planning to do with it, and I don't want to offend you by talking about sacred matters, but you know some knowledge should only stay among Technomancers, right? So be careful, please.
I know what I'm doing.
What is it? It looks old. We should show this to the captain. It must be important, judging from how well guarded this place is.
It's an ancient object indeed, but I don't think that the captain will be interested in it.
Oh, this is one of those ancient objects Technomancers collect. I understand.
There's a ton of different chemicals. They must have been using them to make explosives to help out with the drilling. Guess it would work for me too. One charge should be big enough to close the tunnel down. Just mix it all together, attach it to a single detonator, and bam. Gonna be a beautiful thing.
You really believe that they'll have left enough to blow up the tunnels here? Wouldn't be very smart of them.
They need chemicals to clear out the access to the tunnels. They have the ingredients necessary to collapse them. Fortunately, it seems that they were doing construction work on this shadow path. I'm sure we'll find what we need.
If you say so. I didn't know that Technomancers also played the part of saboteurs in the army.
The Technomancer's abilities are extraordinary, and their knowledge too. I'm so lucky to be part of your unit, Lieutenant.
Perfect. Got everything I need to shut this access point down for good. All set. Just need to get back to the rover before setting it all off. tunnel's gone, Aurora's got no way into Ophir anymore. Mission accomplished.
The intensity of the vibrations is soothing, hypnotic. They make me so tired.
Dear old Scott. My machine's caressing you with rumbles. Sweet talking ya. Can't go falling asleep on a battlefield, though.
Thanks to you, the city won't ever have to face another attack like the last. All those people wounded because of those broken shutters. Just thinking about it, I feel nauseous.
It's probably the rover. Gotta get used to the vibrations. Most people fucking puke their ass out their first time.
No, I meant the thought of all the... Never mind.
I really don't get it. This is war, right? Aurora shows up and blows up part of our city, and how do we retaliate? Send a handful of people like us? I don't get it.
You ever do anything but bitch? Successful mission. Tripping a rover. Hell, if I was you, I'd be grinning ear to ear. Why don't you do that? Bitch less, smile more. I've got, something to ask you.
What can I do for you?
Well, I don't know if you know, but my dad died when I was young. Actually, he disappeared. He never came back from one of his explorations 15 years ago.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't want your pity, okay? It's not about that. What I mean is, I've never managed to find out what kind of mission he was on and where he had gone. I know he was close to Scott. He was probably even his best friend. That old crazy man doesn't want to tell me anything. He says he wants to protect me. Look, I'll just cut to the point. I was wondering if you'd maybe look in his dispensary for me. See if you could find any of my father's notes, or letters, or...
I don't know, Amelia. Scott's like a father to me. And besides, you know he's almost always there. How would I even do it?
I'm not asking you to break in or steal nothing. Just keep him busy. And while you are there, you know, just flip through files. I'm sure he kept letters between him and my dad. He's not one to throw anything away.
Alright, I'll try to make him leave, but if I don't find anything...
Yeah, I won't blame you. But I know that you're going to find something.
Hello, Scott. My captain told me that she wanted to see you.
Is it related to you? Are you sick?
No. Not that I know of. She didn't tell me why.
Oh, well, should I take my pouch then? It's an important question. I should still take it though, but it's a little heavy. All right, I'm leaving without it.
I think I have a problem with going through your friend's things. I hope whatever you're looking for, it's worth it.
I'm trying to find information about the past. It's personal, okay?
Forget it. You couldn't understand. The officers, they aren't like us. They're above all that.
Hello, Mancer.
Hello. I found some of your father's letters.
I knew it. Tell me.
Most of the correspondence was friendly. They were very close. However, there was some tension between them over time. Some letters gloss over an expedition that they had done together, but what surprised me the most is when your father talks about a boy who was actually Scott's son. The last letter I found is a bit bizarre. I didn't really understand what he meant.
What did he mean? Do you remember?
Your dad begged Scott to stop the madness, warning that his wife's divorce was only the beginning of what he would lose if he couldn't face the truth. That it was too late for his son. He seemed to think Scott was on the verge of self-destruction.
It's true that it's rather mysterious. Scott, a son. Did you know?
No, he never told me about him. He obviously lost him. No doubt it's still a touchy subject.
We have to find out what this is all about. You have to ask his wife. Did my father really mean to interfere in his family drama? Maybe that's why he disappeared? Please, Zechariah!
Thank you. You came. Thank you. Let's get going as soon as possible.
All right, let's go.
Lieutenant?
Soldier, listen up. This merchant's got intel about the mob's trafficking, so he's under the protection of Abundance. Take care of him, and make sure he gets his documents to the head investigator.
Yes, sir!
Thank you, officer! Thank you! Thank you! I thought I was gonna die! Thank you!
I'm sorry to... You Angela Seeker, Scott's wife?
Ex-wife? What did the drunk do this time?
Nothing bad. He's a friend.
A friend? Right.
Just looking for some information on one of his friends. Mark. And your son.
Get out! Get out! What right do you have coming around digging up the past?
I'm not here to make you relive your pain. And I'm sorry if that's what it looks like, but I'm here for Mark's daughter. She sent me to try to figure out what happened to her father.
Poor girl. Hard enough to lose things when you're old enough to understand. She was just a girl when Mark disappeared. If resurrecting my pain can help ease hers. I loved our son. Scott did too. But he was never around. He was too lost in his research, lost in the dream of making the discovery of the century, of becoming a hero in abundance. Then, one day, our son started to show signs of mutation. When Scott noticed them, he lost it. He tried to hide him as he desperately dove back into his research to find a cure. With Scott gone all the time, I turned to Mark for a shoulder to cry on. Told him what was going on. So Mark tried to reason with Scott. But you could never reason with him. He always thought he knew more. Then our son was arrested and Scott and Mark just took off on some crazy expedition. Left me alone to deal with it all. So I filed for divorce. I was alone anyway. Then they came back with nothing to show for all the damn time they were gone. But that didn't stop Scott. No, he just dove deeper into his work. And when Mark disappeared, I was sure it was because of another one of Scott's crazy missions. So tell Amelia, it was Scott's incessant need to be right, to be a hero, that undoubtedly cost her father his life, and that's it. That's all I know.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Hell, I can feel for what the old man's been through. I've known some folks myself who went through the same thing. Terrible thing. Breaks couples up, you know. Stress of never being
Make the
able to have
slightest
kids.
move, you're a dead man.
Why never again?
Because they sterilize families who've had a mutant to make sure they don't have no more.
It's sad, but it's the only way to protect our own kind. At least now I understand why the professor's so, you know, weird.
Hello, Mancer.
Hello? I talked to Scott's ex-wife.
So, what did she say?
It's an awful story. Her son. Anyway, their son was struck by mutation. They took him away from them, of course, but it made Scott go crazy, and he was convinced that he could find a remedy. He asked for your father's help, so they left together, and were gone for a long time. Their exploration apparently didn't lead to anything concrete for the boy, and Scott descended into madness. And then one day, Mark left. His ex thinks that it was to bring back something useful for his research, and he never came back.
Shit. So my father's disappearance is related to that poor kid? It's really awful what they must have gone through. That explains a lot about why he's so crazy, and also why he behaves as if we were his kids. Thank you, Zach. That doesn't answer all of my questions, far from it, but I have a better grasp of what happened. My father disappeared by helping his best friend, who was going through a rough patch and wanted to heal his child. It's a sad but beautiful story, isn't it? I'm gonna think about all this. Thank you again.
You're not like other girls, are you?
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Or are you being a wise ass?
You took on a tough job. Driving places you don't know, taking soldiers on missions, scouting the front lines.
It's easy to do anything when you love what you do. I love not being stuck under a roof. Getting out there, you know? You call it tough, I call it lucky.
Exactly why I said you're different. Average person, girl or guy, lives on the safe side. They may not love the city, but they know it, so they stay there.
Life's what you make of it, and I want to make it an adventure. So if you're looking for some dangerous escapades, I know a girl.
Think I may just take her up on that. Hello, Beg.
Oh, hello! Man, have orders for Beg?
I'm sorry, Beg. I gave your stone to your mother, but she died. I believe that she committed suicide because the police were about to arrest her. She put the stone in her mouth and died.
Mother? Mother dead? No!
I'm really sorry. I didn't think that she would do such a thing.
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
I wanted to talk to you about something.
What about?
We're looking for a scientist who disappeared. Name's Charles Seeker. All I found is some of his research. Seems he was studying Technomancers before getting arrested and sent to a camp.
Charles Seeker. Yes, the geneticist. Geneticists pose a risk. Scientific discoveries are always threatening to expose our secrets. Your friend Scott even worked on the same research years ago. Never found out what Scott did or didn't discover, though. He ended up drinking himself into irrelevance. So I stopped worrying. Whatever research you found, make sure no one sees it. Could be our downfall.
I've returned, Great Master, with the relic from the Aurora evacuation. It's a tablet filled with text, and I don't have a clue how to decipher it.
A glorious day. You have no idea what this means, Zachariah. The language is indeed difficult, and most no longer have the knowledge or ability to understand it. Most, but not me. I will begin deciphering immediately. We will know soon enough the vast wealth of secrets it holds. Sean was certainly right in his appraisal of you. Your worth has already proven to be infinitely valuable. A word of warning, Zachariah. Words spreading about your missions. Things you've been able to accomplish, filled with troubling details that imply you have a mole in your midst. If there is an ASC spy amongst your ranks, he will not only know our secret, but eventually share it back to his master. We will, in no uncertain terms, be lost. All will be lost. So take care. And take care of it. Sooner rather than later.
Thank you for the warning. I assure you, I will get to the root of this. Hey, Nisha.
Well, well, day's looking up already.
I took care of your friend's problem. The soldiers won't be bothering Abby anymore. It's a promise.
Thank you. That's really nice of you to help two ladies needing a hand. You're a real sweetheart. Really hope I can repay you in the future. I'll never forget what you did.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you again soon. Be careful. Would hate to lose a guy like you around here.
Lieutenant, sorry to bug you, but I gotta talk to you about something. Lieutenant, maybe it's just because I'm not used to life in the city, but...
Cut to the point, soldier.
I think we're being tailed, sir. I think someone's been watching us, but I don't know why.
All right. Any ideas how to figure out who it is?
Hell yeah. I ain't no hunter for nothing, sir. I'd say we could leave from, say, the barracks or something and head towards the exchange. But, you know, at casual, like it's just another day. We just treat it like we're out for a walk. Then, once we know we're being followed, we lead him to a trap down a dead-end road. And pow! You've got him. Or her. Whoever it is.
That's one way to go. Right. Why not? Let's try it. See what happens.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, all Aurora tunnels were destroyed. If they're gonna get back into the city, they'll have to come up with another way.
I knew you wouldn't let me down, Lieutenant. Find Ryan and get your pay. It was well earned. Colonel Ian Mancer came by looking for you. Hope this isn't going to be a habit, Lieutenant. His problems aren't yours anymore. You're part of my unit now. We clear?
Of course. I'll go see him on my own time, not yours, Captain. Ready to try your plan out?
Ha! Yeah, absolutely, Lieutenant!
Alright. Just out on a stroll, right?
Yeah, just a stroll. He won't suspect anything. Let's head out this way. We should probably go right now. Don't tell me we're following that idiot. We can head down this alley and over towards the archives. We'll pass security, and there's a chance he might get suspicious, but I think we'll be fine.
These beggars seem to be multiplying. Where could they be coming from?
I'd imagine the slums.
Don't look now,
Poor
but we gained the
folks.
tail, Lieutenant.
They're almost
Let's
all
just keep heading this way a bit further, I think, and I'll prove I was right.
I guess.
Sir.
Having to deal with packs.
Yeah, there we go. He's following us. Just gotta keep him with us until we get to the dead-end street past his checkpoint. We'll corner him there. Dead end's right there. We just gotta get him in there, and we'll have him trapped. You'll finally know who our spy is, Lieutenant.
Who the hell are you? Why are you following us? You got nowhere to run. You're surrounded. Fuck!
Just take a look around. May find something that'll help explain why he's tailing us.
What the hell is this? Looks like a notebook. And I'm willing to bet it's Technomancer behind all this shit. Looks like the little rat reported me to the ASC.
What? Really? Why would another Mancer tell on you? And for what? You're a great lieutenant, sir. You haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, well, let's just say Alan's not exactly a fan. But this time, the little shit's gone too far. He's gonna give me an explanation.
What could that Technomancer have said to put the ASC's crosshairs on you? You seem like a pretty nice guy.
Hey, watch your mouth! Don't ever hint at the lieutenant doing anything wrong. Whatever they say he did, it's just political bullshit. Or...
I'm sure this kind of thing doesn't happen to you often. Hypothetically, what would happen if I reported you? You think you'd get sacked?
That's not funny. Reporting someone is a serious claim.
Both of you shut up. Hello, Alan.
Zachariah Rogue. They haven't sent you to die at war yet? A damn disappointment.
The little bird handed me some notes about a spy authored by a little rat. The rat should leave me alone and cut the shit out. Immediately.
I'm not sure I like your tone, Rogue. I have more important things to do than waste my time with the likes of you.
I should have known you wouldn't own up to your own lies. That would take courage, which you're lacking.
A rogue will never live up to the reputation of a real Mancer, and it's high time someone showed you. Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Stop this madness at once. Have your senses left you, Zachariah? Is this how I taught you? A Technomancer fighting with students.
I'm sorry, Master.
He started it. What did you want me to do?
As for you, Alan, your constant provocations will one day find you an early grave. Don't fancy me a fool, for the fool is you.
Try something like that again, Alan. Please, try it again when no one's around to bail your sorry ass out. I gotta find that spy. Maybe I should ask around.
Colonel Ian Mancer came by looking for you. Hope this isn't going to be a habit, Lieutenant. His problems aren't yours anymore. You're part of my unit now. We clear?
Of course. I'll go see him on my own time, not yours, Captain. And Captain?
Depends what you need it for.
Just want to get to know you better, Captain.
I don't usually mix business and pleasure, Lieutenant, but ask away and we'll see which questions I feel like answering.
From Ophir.
Born and raised. Father was an officer. Mother was a quartermaster. And I've rarely ventured outside the walls but for a few scattered missions. Sound familiar, Lieutenant?
Very familiar, Captain. Except my parents weren't officers.
Which makes your rise even more noble, Lieutenant.
Was your rise to Captain earned?
Over time. But by no special action by me. Graduated as a corporal, and thanks to the brave men underneath me, their success in missions became mine in rank. No heroic feats to dazzle you with in stories. Just a lot of time and dedication that I'm proud of just the same.
Think of us.
Honestly, Lieutenant? I'm not quite sure yet. You Technomancers are new to me. Undoubtedly special, and capable of feats my other units couldn't dream of accomplishing, but... time will tell. That said, I've been quite impressed. I thought it was the definition of insanity to send you and so few of your men on some of those missions. Missions I would have anticipated needing 10 times the manpower for. So far, you've proven me wrong. A rare feat in itself. So even though it's taking some time getting used to, I couldn't be happier you're one of my troops.
Can I ask about your...
Tread carefully, Lieutenant. One might start to wonder the purpose of your questions. But here's my answer. We're all forced to work with them, but it doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. Too much power too quickly leads to arrogance. They're brash and too quick to act. And quite frankly, as they've risen in power, it's no coincidence that the dissenters, deviants, and rebels have risen in numbers. They're a great source of intel, however they get it. I sleep better at night not knowing the means. But I've always thought the army was strength enough, that the ASC was overkill. I trust you won't repeat anything I've said, Lieutenant. I'd hate for both of us to find ourselves enemies of the state over a little frank conversation.
My lips are sealed, Captain, and I appreciate your candor and trust, more than you know.
At your command, Lieutenant. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. Like, just you and me, or...?
Yeah, just you and me. I like to know my men.
Wow, that's... yeah, that'd be a huge honor, Lieutenant.
So what's your life like when you're not on duty?
Tell you the truth, Lieutenant? Not much to tell. I try to visit the city, make some friends, you know, because I don't really know too many folks yet. And my whole family's back in Greenhope, which is kind of too far to travel for my leave. And, oh yeah, there's also, you know, I try to still do some hunting. Though there's not much more than small critters in the underworks. Not a great hobby for the city.
Have a good childhood?
Oh yeah, you know it, Lieutenant. Really nice growing up, running around in the fields. Father gave me a crossbow, and I spent my time helping the farmers shoot critters hurting their crops. They were good times, Lieutenant, but everybody's got to grow up and move on. There was a lot of hunters in Greenhope, too. Plus, I always dreamed of being a soldier. Mostly, though, because there was a girl back home who loved men in uniform, so... Off I went to the big city to join up. And, you know, since I was a sharpshooter, they signed me up and sent me here. Still not used to it. All the buildings, all the folks, and all the concrete. But I'm happy, though.
Lieutenant? I know my men better. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Oh, great. Show and tell. Yay.
What do you do when you're off duty?
Nothing special. See my folks, I guess. They ain't getting any younger, so... And I give most of my paycheck to them, because I'm the only one they got left. Sister died. And I ain't married, so... When I ain't with them, I'm at the bar. Drowning the shitstorm that my life's become. Not exactly a picture-perfect life, but it's mine. And hell, I get paid enough to help them out and buy my own drinks, so... What's there to complain about?
What do you think about Jeffrey Hunter?
He's a village idiot who thinks he can brown-nose his way to a promotion. Fucking reject. And no, he ain't my friend, if you haven't pieced that together.
I'm gonna leave you alone. Seems you'd rather be that way anyway. Feels like a Greenhope souvenir stand. Kid must be missing home. Unless being messy's a crime, though. Doesn't look like he's doing anything wrong. Everything's clean in here. Looks just like the captain's work. Nothing that implies she's working with the ASC. Fortunately, this is beyond my... I can't open it without a code.
Lieutenant?
About your childhood.
You really want to know about my childhood? Sure, yeah, why not? My dad was never around. He was either on the front or doing drills. My mother, though, she was stationed here in Ophir. So we lived in a guard outpost in the slums where she worked. Never expected to make more of myself than become a soldier. I fought a lot as a kid. Had my share of girls. But home life was pretty strict, so I tried to toe the line. Mostly because when I fucked up, I never got off easy.
So when'd you join?
5 years ago. Time fucking flies, don't it? It was in 126. My parents were beaming with pride. Pride that's faded when, after all this time, I'm still just a fucking private.
This must be a pic of his parents. And his damn notes. Bastard's got my whole schedule in here. And the names of every single person we saw together. Must have been Dave keeping tabs on me the whole time. Never would have believed it. Guess if you could spot them, though, they wouldn't be so damn powerful.
Lieutenant?
I know you're a drinking man, so what do you say we go grab one together?
Looks like it's my lucky day. Sure, why the hell not? Lead the way. You cut the bull and tell me why we're really here.
Sure.
You've been spying on me, Dave, and reporting everything back to Victor. I don't like rats. That's not all right with me.
And what? You think I ever had a choice in the matter? Think I had the option to say no?
I don't care. All I know is they got all the intel they wanted on me from one of my own soldiers, and I don't know why. What's your angle, Dave? You bitter you got a Mancer as your lieutenant? I thought we were past all that. What'd they promise you? Promotion? Better pay?
Nothing but a promise they wouldn't hurt my parents. Is that a good enough reason? I don't like the ASC. Don't like what they're doing to Abundance. Don't like what they're doing to me. I don't like the deal they offered, and I don't like I didn't have a choice but to accept it. I ain't got no one but my folks since my sister died. Not that I expect you to shed a tear for me, but if I gotta choose between them and you, sorry, brother. You're on the losing end of that. If it helps, though, I don't think you're the full prick you were before we had this little chat. In fact, I might even have liked you in another time and place. But you're in deep shit now. And it's shit I don't want to get pulled into with you.
I don't want your blood on my hands, David. But I can't let you keep doing what you're doing. So I'm just gonna tell you to get the hell out of Ophir and don't look back.
I don't... Sure. Yeah, sure. Bye, Lieutenant.
My God. I know, I couldn't believe it myself. An explosion, right in the middle of Ophir. The roof collapsed. We're still tallying the bodies.
Aurora bastards! How could they do such a thing? They have no regard for...
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
David Ward was running lines for the ASC.
In these times, spies are everywhere. They used to be like rats, but now bear more resemblance to cockroaches. Should you see one, you can be certain 100 more reside in the walls, each placed there while their arms were twisted by the ASC. So what happened with this Ward?
I couldn't find it in myself to kill him, so I released him and let him run, like a rat. I would assume he's still running and we'll never see him in Ophir again.
The full blame cannot be cast on him. There are few who the ASC cannot bend to their will. We'll cross our fingers. Hopefully this soldier is gone for good and does not find himself arrested before he should escape.
Lieutenant, I was told Dave Ward has gone AWOL. Any idea where he is?
Sorry, Cap, I haven't got the slightest clue.
I see. This is bad. I have no choice but to declare him a deserter. I'm afraid there'll be gossip that you can't earn the respect of your men, and the Army's reputation will take another hit. I warned you to keep your head down, Lieutenant. Don't know what you did, but Colonel Victor was having you tailed during your missions, and now? He's got a shitload to say about it, and none of it's good. I tried defending you, but things he's saying? You defuse the rebellion, but in a way that makes you seem pretty pro-mutant. Now, I told you myself, I'd give you a chance to explain, but you better talk quick. In the ASC, there's zero tolerance for mutant sympathy. And if you don't have a different version to tell, Victor's hinting at collateral damage.
I don't know what's going on. Someone's trying to bring me down, and they're lying to Victor to do it. Only thing I used to calm the rebellion was a little reason and logic, which the rebels heard. Anything accusing me of anything else is a lie.
All right. Fair enough. But you'll have to make your case to him as well. Victor also states you voluntarily jeopardized the lives of the officials you were charged with protecting. Want to explain that?
How do I explain something that's not... If I put those officials' lives in more danger, I'd have been risking my men's lives and mine as well. Why would I do that?
And the claims that you've been hiding vital intel for the sole benefit of your fellow Technomancers. Like an important research site on the shadow path of Aurora that didn't even register a line item in your reports?
My mission, Captain, as I understood it, was to destroy tunnels and fight Aurora. Yes, I came across an archaeological site on the shadow path, but it had nothing to do with my mission. So I saw no need to put it in my report. If that was a judgment error, I'll own it. But it was an error, nothing more.
As a Technomancer, I'm surprised you don't understand the potential value of sites like that, knowing such excavations can turn up relics dating back to the colonization. But I won't hold your ignorance against you. It was a mistake, a simple omission. That can be forgiven, at least by me. And the list of accusations and the details is long. Like your report on the deserters. Less truth than lies. Almost more lies than ink. Never would have expected it from you, Lieutenant.
Captain, if I was in your shoes, I'd feel the same. But take a step back. All those missions you sent me on, all the success I brought back to you. Whatever the Colonel's after, it's not about my actions. There's gotta be something else.
I don't know, Lieutenant. I'm caught in the middle. And something in me feels there's more to it, too. Whether what he's saying is true or not, don't know what you did to piss him off. To make yourself his target, Technomancer or not. It's beyond me. Unfortunately, he's already called you in and I can't stop it. All I can tell you is watch your mouth. Behave like the soldier you've been since you joined my company and you'll come out just fine. I'll plead in your favor if it comes down to that. Let's just hope it doesn't. Get going. Colonel's waiting. Good luck.
There he is.
Zachariah, I was scared we were too late.
For what? What's going on?
There's no time to talk about it. You're in danger. Victor called you in, didn't he?
Yeah, wants to talk to me about...
No, he doesn't. It's a trap. It's just an excuse to get you there so they can arrest you. They will do whatever necessary to make you talk. I don't know what you Technomancers are hiding, but he's ready to do anything to find out.
He's got power, but he wasn't...
Zach, listen to the girl. You stay away from that man. The crook, the pig.
Thanks, Scott. You need to listen to us, Zachariah. I know it's hard to hear, but if you stay here, you're gonna die.
Where would I even...
We take a rover and go. The town's filled with ASC looking for you now, but I know a road that'll help us avoid most of the troops.
Let's go, Zach. We need to go with the girl. No time to waste before that madman gets his hands on you. Now!
Looks like Victor knew you were on your way out. His men are everywhere. It's gonna be real hard to get out and fight.
It's unconscionable. You have done nothing wrong.
Let's head toward the barracks instead. The only place they won't expect us to go.
Traitor, get him!
All right. Just wait. But we gotta keep moving fast. Let's get to the ship.
There he is! Get him!
Our lives are on the line here, not just Zach's now. And I'd rather piss her off than leave her. Move.
Traitor, get him!
For the last time, we're not here to damage the equipment. We're here to stop a terrorist. So get out of the way, now!
Damn it, they're already here.
Who the fuck do you think you are? It's my warehouse, you prick. If there was a terrorist here, I'm pretty sure I'd have seen his ass lurking around. So you're gonna... Hey! Make yourself at home.
Lieutenant, sorry to ruin the surprise, but your little mission ends here.
Stop the traitor!
No! Don't kill him!
You are driving. Get us out of Ophir now.
Bitch. Fine. Everyone in the rover.
You okay, Zach?
In one day, I find out Victor used everything I did as an officer against me, and I end up chased by my own people. Then one of my own soldiers turns out to be ASC, and I get involved in the armed robbery of a rover owned by my childhood corporation. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Misha.
Surely the young lady would not be taking us to an imaginary city. I mean, rovers are amazing machines, but certainly they cannot transport one beyond the bounds of reality and reason. I am not keen on leaving Abundance.
Noctis is an amazing city, Scott. It's as real as Ophir, but more amazing than anything you've ever seen before.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. Full of fairies and balderdash.
Listen, Amelia, I'm sorry things went down the way they did. We didn't have a choice, though. The ASC after us and not a lot of time. Thanks for taking us wherever it is we're going.
Thanks for the thanks, but it doesn't change the fact I still want to see your asshole head on a stake at some point.